Who would take what type of? Yeah, we're geeking out on the Vurt lore here. Hello again. Hello, hello. The consultants are back in limbo here, literally, specifically.
What I miss?
Yes, last time a lot happened, to say the very least. But at the very end, the Sianka showed up, and they're one of the big dogs as far as the, mega like multinational crime organization, kind of Eastern European, maybe all the way into that whole area. So they showed up in black vehicles with black tinted windows, which are these cool looking, make and model unknown Sayanka vehicles that are pretty tricked out. So at the end of it all, the consultants have grabbed what was a non-functioning just a piece of machinery, which was Buzz, their buddy there, who just blinked off because of a malfunction at the beginning. Blinked back on to find everybody in this cool car driving away from the Sianka, having been able to escape what was absolutely going to be, the death of everybody in that small area of Eccleston there. So let's introduce the characters here, or yourselves, and then the character. And let's do the magic sentence. And again, remind us as the car is now going into limbo, overland there, what your character looks like. You. I don't know who I'm pointing to.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Going first.
There's an order in the chat.
Yes.
Roll for initiative.
I'm not rolling. I'm going to save my bad luck for later. T-Bone, the Distant Spider is a dogman Vurt warrior who delves deeper. I'm a conspiracy theorist warrior, and I haven't gotten a chance to conspiracy much, but I'm hoping to get that in there somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a tall, crazy, lanky, weird dude with a giant spherical helmet that you can't see through. It's kind of a disco ball kind of thing. And I have 8 eyes under there, but no one can see that right now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm wearing a dressing gown and army boots, and I guess some camo armor somewhere layered in between.
Yeah.
That's me.
You're a sight. All right. Josiah is next.
I'm Josiah Phineas Wagner. I am a Shadowman Vurt speaker who bleeds lucky. Josiah is dressed in his normal attire, which is sort of a bit like a ringmaster at a circus if he shopped at Nordstrom's. Very elegant, simple frock coat, button up. As always, he has this sort of cherub face, very childlike. At the edges, you can see these shadow effects, which almost seem to make like Victorian style sideburns. Yes, that's what he looks like. And at the moment, I'm sure he's looking annoyed.
Yeah,
That's right.
It's kind of his permanent state sometimes.
Yep. Okay, perfect. Next is Winter.
Winter Angeli is a Roboman Shad explorer who tracks marks. She is a badass bounty hunter. She is mostly robo by this point. She used to have an arm, but she had to cut it off because she broke her elbow and replaced it. And her jaw is like this big, like metal skull. And what is she? She got some of that camo armor, which she is just wearing like it doesn't matter, even though it's Sianka armor. Mm-hmm. And yeah, she's still not happy being around all these Vurt beings.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Speaking of, that's a good time to want to have Josiah explain also very briefly, Vurt creature wise, who else is in the car with you guys?
Josiah's companion, Rug, a pure Vurt creature who in his idle form looks a bit like a ball of smoke with these sort of googly eyes that are popping out. Like imagine you took a, I don't know, took like just a fur ball or like a dust ball, made it peer back, and then just glued two googly eyes on it, and carried it around. That's about what Rug looks like.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
And he's got some some very interesting and lethal attacks if he gets before if he gets scared, but now you guys are at the point, simpatico there, that he'll kind of wait, or who knows, it's a Vurt creature. They'll wait until you kind of give the signal before unleashing that attack. So you're that far with it. So each session here, we're going to keep trying, and we'll see if you can, again, either strengthen it or break the bond, because it can go either way as always. But last time everything was going good. All right, cool.
I'm Buzz Diptera. I just woke up. I am a. Oh, where's my sentence? I had to get Cypher Streamer up. I was not on. I am a RoboVert math magician who controls blurbs. I also look like a giant blurb.
Very true.
And I just woke up, and I assume Sheila made it into the car with us.
Yeah.
My single blurb fly at the time.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Lamprey just on you.
Though I can control two now, so I will be trying to acquire or build another one whenever the opportunity presents itself. And trying to transfer my consciousness into it because I am a mayfly and will die soon.
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, that's a...
I've also been kind of studying Rug, which has allowed me to specialize in Vurt lore now.
Yep. Yeah, there's some some points have been spent between sessions here in X. And as they're driving, everybody's kind of feeling even a little bit better or smarter, it sounds like. Yeah. So, nice.
We can rebuild it. We have the technology.
And you, again, after a malfunction that lasted the entirety of the session last time, you blinked back on. And you've saved some of your life force there. So the Mayfly, how many what are you down to now? Because again, everyone rolls for their preset number of sessions as a Mayfly when you in character creation. That's how long you last.
Yeah. Though we had discussed that maybe sessions wasn't appropriate. Maybe it was
correct.
episodes.
Yeah, that's why I hesitated to say. Yeah.
Yeah. So my initial was 12, but I haven't been keeping as good a track of it because I wasn't sure exactly where the division was.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But I think I've only played 4 times since we started this. So
yeah.
I don't know if I'm 3 or 4 down from 12.
Okay, so let's say you got 8 more sessions, including this one.
Okay.
Right? Or okay. So that makes sense. So you'll have sessions or again adventure chunks. Some of these sessions are have been like 2 weeks or consecutive. So yeah, that works for me. All right, and last but not least, another
I
Shadow
am
Man.
Mike, and I play Engil, a Robo-Man Shad warrior who plugs in. He's kind of relatively tall, head's shaved on the sides, kind of indeterminate age, a little bit of gray in there, hard to tell because who the hell knows how old Robo-Man Shads get when they start to look old and stuff. But talks about the pollen outbreak a little too clearly, so he's been around for a while. He's got like a little bit of a hex pattern that you can catch on his skin in just the right light from the robo genetics, and he's currently driving the car with like a bunch of wires jacked into the back of his skull, probably. So
Mm-hmm.
It's like, oh, good, we're in. Just like pedal all the way down, just screech.
Yep. This does have a port. This has everything. It has an odd system, but where you're coming from, I think you only because of where you're coming from, you're able to understand this type of program structure, I should say.
Yeah.
So.
I
Yeah,
don't have to change the labels on all the buttons. It's like, okay, I get it. Yeah.
Right. Luckily, because yeah. Perfect. Okay. So again, this is as you guys are heading in Limbo, you've again come all the way through a tunnel from Liverpool underneath that went miles into Eccleston there, which is little community, in the middle of Limbo. So, but it's thriving enough, and it had enough security.
Yeah. Because we took a tunnel to there last time I was awake, right?
Correct.
Yes.
There, and that's where you popped up, and that's where the last session or two actually have happened, in the Griffin Inn and the Seven Stars Inn, and the different little places. But now again, you guys are you're plugged right in, and you're heading north east towards the different entryways back into Manchester. You got what you came for as far as information. You have a mission complete ready, but you have to go back to Manchester to report. You have to report everything, bring what you have and get specific. Okay, the one thing I should say is, even before you go through Limbo is, and I don't know if we have a image of it saved up, but Manchester in general, kind of the 15 boroughs of Manchester. I'll get story time at the library for everybody here at home. Everything on the east, the west side of the city is where you guys are driving towards. So there's three major entryways there. Wigan, which has a couple gates. Warrington, which is rough, very rough, but it also has, it has a gate as well into the city. And Newtlone, which I mispronounced again, also has one, and that's a little safer, but security is a little tighter. So you kind of have Wigan and Warrington being a little bit more shady, and then there's Newtlone in the south west of the city that has a gate, but it's higher security. It's a little nice. Up to you guys. So you still have 25 miles, is it? Yes. Wait, let me see. I know exactly. From Liverpool, it is 21 miles. Yes. Okay, sorry here. It is 21 miles from Liverpool to Wigan. Yes, 21.2 miles actually. And that's assuming, again, that, again, there's no roads in most of Limbo. There's some roads that go, but then they very quickly are overgrown. So from place to place, there's often quite a bit of off-road, basically. But yes, it is exactly 21.2 miles there. And you were, Eccleston is exactly half. So you are now at, perfect, let's see, 10.5. Yeah, so let's say it's not quite exactly half. So let's say you have another 10 miles. That's a little farther than half. So 10 miles left overland on in Limbo is going to be mostly, as you guys know, off-road, and it's going to take as long as it takes. That's the best way to put it. So you guys can explain, or why don't you guys, yeah, take it from there. And again, you guys are racing towards, there's no road to follow. It's very quickly getting very bumpy. Yeah. you guys know about which entrances they're going to be, and that you have to get back to Manchester. And from there, it's just completing the mission.
Well,
That's not. I'll go
we,
first.
do we need to do more than just drive here? Like what?
If obstacles come up, we may need to.
Yes. Well, so far, again, the first, few hundred yards out into it, where it was a road now is kind of cracked and it's dusty. You can still see a line of, tire tracks from, time to time. It's dry, of course. There, some vegetation, at least in this particular part. If there's any at all, it's kind of like scrub brush, and it just looks like there's been a drought here and it hasn't rained in this particular part for forever, which is odd. And that's what limbo is, these little patches of nothing but rain for the last 50 years straight, swampland stuff, going right into this,
Is this a metaphor for California?
Isn't it everything?
Californians, man.
What is in here, Stuart? So yeah, that's definitely
California would be shaking it on fire.
Truth, big truth. This is the part.
Florida.
True. Yeah, this in California, nothing really falls off into the sea. And outside of Eccleston here, though, it definitely is, dry, dusty, but it looks like a straight shot. 10 miles, with the eternal like yucky haze that kind of hangs over everything, where the sunlight doesn't quite penetrate. It's always that annoying, either too bright or not light enough to see, differences out there, but it's always a glare and never a clear sky, truly, even if it isn't raining. So so as far as you can see, you can probably see out 2 miles ahead of you, and right now it looks like smooth sailing. There's no dips or bumps or mountain ranges or anything to cross between here and the next 10 miles. It is pretty flat, but that's about all you can see, so it's a pretty clear day actually for limbo.
All right.
I think
Angel, do you want shotgun or should I?
Shaka, I'm driving.
Oh yeah.
I've got like a handful of wires plugged into the back of my head, and it's like I'm like foot down, cars going forward. I'm gonna like turn all the way around into the back because I think our passenger is wearing my parka right now. I think we put that on him, and I just like kind of grab it and rummage around in one of the pockets in the front and pull out like one of those little pine tree air fresheners like hang. It's like
Nice, yes.
limbo.
Remind us about the passenger.
Oh, yeah.
He has a name.
He has a name, and it starts with a letter.
It's Robert Paulson.
It's Maeve Blunt. Maeve Blunt is in the back seat.
Yes.
Legendary pink feather director.
Yep. 102, right?
100 and something, 102, 105, somewhere in there. He's from Thameside. He had been teaching feather crafting courses via PDF, but had disappeared a while back on the eve of like a birthday party that was being organized for him.
Who is it again?
Maeve Blunt.
Okay.
Legendary porno director, who also was truly out of his senses when you guys saw him. Absolute a pile of rags, and he's still, he's in terrible shape, but and he's frail.
For 102, he's in pretty good shape.
Yeah.
I mean, if I'm
yeah, well, it makes you think that at 101, he probably was in amazing shape. Because at this point, I mean, he looks like he's close to death, but this is a mystery that everybody's kind of been trying to solve. What happened to Maeve Blunt, so many different conspiracy theories, and that's where T-Bone's probably all, again, you did have some real knowledge dropped on you last time to feed your conspiracy bug.
And no, Rob, this is not a character I wrote.
I was guessing.
Yeah. No, it was a good guess. There are a couple in there that.
Yeah.
I feel like
Yeah.
I haven't really been taking advantage of the potential of the conspiracy theory. So I'm curious what my character thinks. Does he think it's actually easier to drive in limbo, and that everybody they're just using it against us to keep us out of limbo, or is it something else? I'm willing to roll for it. I just want to know what I believe.
Well, yeah, let's do, because yeah, each session we can do a, you know, really figuring out the truth and burn your conspiracy candle at both ends. I love it. Okay, let's do just that as far as a roll, and it's going to be through the mumblings of Maeve Blunt, who again was actually in Jeff Noon's Vurt, the original book, just listed as one of the many, you know, as the game cat was rattling off different characters, there was Maeve Blunt. You know, produced by Maeve Blunt. I think, oh, he was the producer, or they were the producer of
Godhead.
Of Godhead, I think. Yes, Godhead, with Cinders of Juniper and Tom Jasmine. That's my level of no. Okay. So yeah, Maeve Blunt is a legend again, and from the original books as well. So 102, you know, close to death, but a living answer. So let's roll to have what he mumbles to you over to you and you alone. He seems to single you out for this mumbling session. So,
all right, D20.
Yeah.
Here we go.
There it is.
I rolled a 6.
Okay. Perfect. So, do you want to re-roll? I mean, to get a, it's kind of conspiracy.
Yeah.
This is a weird one. Yeah.
I'm gonna re-roll it. Spend 1 XP.
Kind of knowing as he's starting to mumble some things, he's getting sidetracked. You know, you weren't going to get too much.
Yeah, now it's a 2.
Now he gets to the specifics, and this is what you feel is true. You ready? I love it. So yeah. Okay. So yes, getting through Overland to Limbo is absolutely possible to do safely, but you have to take right angles only. You cannot be going straight forward. You need to be now doing this zigzagging, this, and crossing the same A to B, but you need to be only crossing that main line at the 4 or 5 points at that point. That means it's going to take twice as long for you to get there, but you know you can get there safely because of what he's mumbling. And he's saying, right angles, stay off the line, crosses at 4.
But
We have
I
to
would
avoid the
obviously
ley
have
lines.
to. Would I have to convince our driver that this is
Up to you, but you've got the secret. I'm just saying.
I'm gonna tell him. I'm gonna tell Angel that I'm gonna whisper over into his ear. I'm gonna whisper that secret.
Oh, the sweet nothings.
Mhm. Yeah.
And is that like, would that be like an intellect roll to see if I actually succeed?
You know what? Why don't you guys do opposing rolls, because that's fun.
Okay.
Yeah. So no effort, no re-rolls. You just do an opposing D20 roll.
So Engel's still there with like wires in the back of his head, foot all the way down on the gas, turns completely around in the seat to look and converse with you the whole time.
Yes. Perfect. Because why not? You can.
Well, I rolled a 12, so bring it on, Mike.
Yeah, no, if you say that we got to go that way, it's like, I don't know, this doesn't make much sense, but this guy, he's been around, right? He knows some stuff.
He's 175, man.
Absolutely. You can see he's convinced. T-Bone is, and you know that he's been talking, that Maeve's been talking to him. So this could be something. What'd you roll?
Yeah, no, that you win.
Nice. So it's like 20 miles total.
So I just screwed us over without even like failing him really hard. So.
Good times. All right.
Yeah. But you know, honestly, like,
What if it's real?
T-Bone feels that, like, I would imagine, or I it's something where if you weren't doing this specific motion, you'd probably be a wreck, or at least know of your imminent doom, but at least you feel fantastic. about.
Yeah, plus, I mean, UPS and FedEx drivers must be on to something, right? Not that it has anything to do with limbo, but they only turn right. Or one of them does.
Those giant ass Vaz delivery vehicles come through here all the time, and they obviously are gonna know that too. Yeah, right. Like that's.
Yeah.
Now,
Sure.
none of our folks with shadow genetics have U-type, correct?
No.
You don't have any U-types in the crowd. Okay.
No.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that makes sense. You guys are again going through limbo. That's where a lot of U types are, and it's even, for security, and there are the very occasional group of, people just looking to strip the tires off a moving vehicle. So and they can too at that size and general, je ne sais quoi that a zombie has. Okay, so with this new route, 20 miles, so there's going to be each mile, you're going to be, this is the way we're going to do it. There's going to be rolls for each mile, but where is it? We have it in the rules here. But if you get the first, there's rolls for all 20 instead of 10. Yep, that's the way it's happening. So you can bypass, you roll high enough, you can avoid an entire, you can get 2 miles without a major incident, but you can also at the same time, fudge it, and that's that.
Nobody has an A to Z for limbo, do they?
No. I have an
Well,
80.
trained in real world navigation, if that helps.
That
It
would
will.
help.
Yeah, it will. It'll be an asset. Anybody have any real world knowledge or something like that?
That too.
You do?
I got nothing.
Real world history.
Okay, so you'll have to choose which one. I mean, it's either one you'll use as the asset. So I can't do 2 assets from the same person.
I also have 2 unidentified lucid blues carrying over from previous sessions. I don't know if they would be anything that might be helpful.
Oh, like a baby
One
driver.
of them's a lucid blue. It's a map or a driver or something. I don't know.
Yeah. Now that you guys have a little more, or it's up to you guys as far as what the lucid blues. Why don't you want to roll for those right now? You want to see as before you even start, as you guys are starting off here on these 20 rolls to madness or Manchester, as it were. You want to try to identify those?
Yeah, I'm hoping we can find something useful. And I spent some XP, so I am now specialized in Vurt lore, so hopefully that helps me identify these a little easier.
Absolutely, and they're lucid blues.
Can I help because I'm trained in Vurtology?
Yes, absolutely. So 15, 13, okay, cool. 9, so that's 2 assets. Cool, okay, perfect. So just to identify, does anybody else have anything they want to, as Buzz is buzzing over these lucid blues?
Makes 0 sense to me.
No.
I got nothing useful.
Nice. Smoke is probably kind of googly eye looking at the feathers and maybe smelling a little bit of something that smells like home. A little bit. A little bit. I mean,
right.
they're blue. So let's do you said you had 3?
2.
2?
Yeah.
Okay. So roll for the first one. 2 assets. Okay. Roll for
Now,
the first.
is mine an asset, or does it lower the difficulty because it's specialization?
Oh, you're more than trained. Excuse me. Specialized.
Yeah.
3.
Okay.
Dropped it down. Okay, cool. So yeah, just hit that 6 or above.
17.
Excellent. Okay, the first one, absolutely. So 1, 2. Roll a d20 now to see on the table what it was.
8 on the table.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Blue collar. So this is called blue collar. Suppresses muscle and joint fatigue and pain but not pain from acute injury. Also increases dopamine response for physical exertion, making what would normally be experienced as onerous labor suddenly pleasurable. Lasts for 8 hours plus 30 minutes for lunch.
That's one of the ones I made up.
Yeah, good. I was going to say that sounds peaty. There's a certain peatness to it. Yes, blue collar. So the first one's blue collar. Well done. Okay, second roll to identify.
14.
Okay. Yes, you got it. Okay, now rolling the d20 again.
4.
1, 2, 3, 4. Baby driver. You got it. Okay,
Nice.
there we go.
Baby driver
So,
is best.
yeah, why don't yeah, you know what? Just because someone page 366 has the description for those reading at home. Baby Driver superimposes a scene in which the player careens joyfully across a bulging cartoon landscape in a checkered yellow taxicab. Meanwhile, if operating an actual motor vehicle, the user drives like an insane baby, wreaking havoc in the streets. Decrease the difficulty of all driving tasks by 1 level, which will count for this as well. Navigation with driving, absolutely. Lasts for 10 minutes per level of the cipher, so we're gonna have to roll for that, for both of them. Quirk, any successful driving action creates mayhem. For example, nearly hitting people or driving over post boxes, or, again, success for you guys usually means failure for everybody around you.
Yeah.
So that's the fun.
Running over a random U-type or something.
Yes. Okay.
We're gonna
Yeah,
get back and have to like pull somebody's like spine out of the thing. It's still gonna have like a U-type head talking.
perfect.
You're driving
Okay.
like crazy people.
And by the way, you're going. Right now you're at a safe. You feel like you can hit 60 and then hit these points and everything. So you can get about a mile a minute at this first point. This is feeling great. But again, it's 20 of these. So
Yeah, I've got like little like fingerless black gloves on with like the holes in the knuckles and stuff. It's like,
dude.
oh,
Hit
60?
the
No problem.
Yeah, definitely. Hit the Janice Fontaine station. Roll for the level of ciphers, D6.
I rolled a 6.
Okay, so the first one is blue collars is 6. Roll for
Okay.
baby driver.
Let's roll for Baby Driver. I rolled a 1.
Okay, so 10 minutes. But hey, if you guys had been driving in a straight line, had you been driving in a straight line, you would have been able to use that the whole time.
Well,
Nice.
and it's 20 miles in 10 minutes, so that's more than one check that it's going to help, right?
True. Oh, absolutely. Oh, yeah.
We're not
Yeah.
going 60 miles an hour, but still.
Right. Well, right now you're able to. So let's hope that. Yeah. Right. Okay. So there, you got those. Baby driver is one of those. So
Okay.
you have a driver.
I hand that to the driver. Here, buddy.
I take out the bubble popping game, right? 'Cause
Nice. Yep.
screeching around like pop, 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 pop.
I'll take the bubble popping game.
Like no, you won't. Like,
Yeah.
Oh, actually, I'm not going to take the bubble top. I was hoping while he's doing the driving checks, I was going to try and use any of the spare parts I have for blurbs to actually put the visual link in Sheila so I could actually look through her eyes, because I didn't have time to do that before. But if I'm just sitting in the back seat of a car.
Yeah. Repair time. I can't remember exactly what it is, but it's. I mean.
Well, that's not really repair. It's creating a module from scratch, which I don't know if it's allowed or not.
Well, right now, because there's no bumpiness happening, you could do it. You can get started, even if you only get like, a little ways through it or something. You can at least start it. And then I'll remember it and make sure that, by the time, you can do it again, you'll just keep tinkering. Okay, so you can start that right now. And roll for it, because you'll have to do that anyway.
be up front, like, is good Ukrainian car. No bumps.
No bumps. Actually, once it gets bumpy, that's off. I mean, even you flying inside, which is kind of a weird concept, but yeah.
Well, I rolled an 18, and I'm specialized in blurb fly. So.
Excellent. So let's say that, you know what, let's say that by the time, okay, see, what would be the best case scenario? If you were going a mile a minute, and again, we'll see, a mile a minute in 20 minutes, let's say in 20 minutes, you're so good with the do you still have 6 legs, or are there only 4? You lost a couple, didn't you?
I only lost, I think I lost 1.
Lost 1, okay.
Yeah.
So, but
I didn't lose the hands, I lost one of the legs.
Right, okay, so with that many, expert, hands or whatever, messing with it, 20 minutes. So if all goes well, 20 minutes will go by. Okay, perfect. So, by the way, I should mention this endpoint that the zigzag line goes directly to is Wigan. Whether you want to deviate from that towards the end or not, I'm just saying that weird line ends exactly at the gate at Wigan. Okay. So, yeah, so it's going to be some rolls, and we're going to see what happens here. Also, let's do this, the roll for you chatting with Rug here, Josiah. Kind of, back and forth and everything. Let's do the thing of this is where it could go better or worse. If you want to use effort, you can. And this is to, again, just get a better understanding, improve the bond, and get a little bit more control over what this
I will spend effort so as not to ruin this. I'm gonna go ahead and spend 2 levels of effort. And
it's
9.
9?
Yeah.
Okay, you spent 2 levels of effort.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Mild success. Yes. So you feel, again, as it moves, and it doesn't make sound, but as it, kind of, it nods its head, it's really trying to mimic your motions and this and that. You feel, a little bit better. And for fun, how about this? For fun, what's one command that again, not to downplay this particular Vurt being, but what's a command you would give a dog that you want to now have in your arsenal? It already kind of knows attack. Yeah, it already kind of knows attack, but that's about, you can't really get a sick 'em.
So I have a command I want to be able to give it, which it's not like a dog command, it's hide. And what I want to do is to try to get it to, I want it to hide in my smoke effects in my neck.
Nice.
So like I'm trying to I'm sitting there in the car, sort of, I'm trying to get it to to spread out and trying to show it to come in here and hide and get it to come around my neck.
Nice. So it finds that its safest little warm spot that it likes now. Oh, you guys are just so close.
Instead of rug, you're gonna call it scarf now?
Yeah, exactly. It wraps around like one of those airplane pillows. But yeah, it actually nuzzles and it actually can, kind of wraps up, and again, the smoke. And unless someone was really looking hard or looking specifically for that, yeah. So you now have hide and it loves it. I mean, it like a cat to a cardboard box. Absolutely.
Done.
Yeah. All right.
My mutton chops just grow increasingly dangerous.
Nice. Perfect. Okay, since everybody's
Dangerous Mutton Chops is my new band, by the way.
Of course. Since everybody's kind of improving or trying to see how we're going to improve right before you're going through this, either tinkering with something or training something, or again, identifying feathers, or taking the feather will be easy. But those are basically those of you who haven't done something specific. Is there something you want to? Oh, you did the paranoia roll already. Paranoid. So is it just the Robo Man Shads who have no?
Summer's just doing the knife thing with her fingers.
Right. Again,
it's a mono blade, so every time it goes completely through the car,
Yeah. Again, if you want to say, again, you have a rambling 102-year-old next to you. You're watching everything in here. If there's anything, again, not that'll get you a new ability or anything, but some insight. It's basically kind of an insight roll, something fun, or whatever, or repair something if you have it, or something for the 20-minute voyage. 20 minutes. 20-minute zigzag.
I want to
Break free.
yes.
Me too.
I want to integrate this gun into my arm so I can hide it.
Okay, yeah, let's say, yeah, you have robo. Yeah. In fact, and shadow flesh, even if you had it, it's a little, you can kind of, the pain isn't as much there, and yeah, you can certainly modify things without, having to go under full anesthesia. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, let's do right. And remind me again what kind of weapon it is.
It's a 38 pistol.
Great. Yeah, and again, remember, everybody who's gotten so used to Liverpool and basically non-Chester, you're going back to old man here, where the gun laws are intense, and you remember how intense they are. So yeah, having it modified as a hidden, yeah, sure, that makes perfect sense. So you can add effort if you want. Do you have? I'm sure you have, or maybe you have some type of skill or ability that would help add an asset to it.
Not really.
Okay. So okay.
But maybe I'll ask Buzz to help because he's tinkery.
He's already identified the. You know what? Fuck it. Yeah, absolutely. Sure. Yes.
Just
yeah, you'll have to stop.
I'm gonna borrow
tinkering.
his tools when he's done.
Yeah.
Like he
Yeah,
puts
nice.
down a tool and I like grab it, start using it, and he's like, "Hey."
That a scalpel? I need that. Like, yeah.
Yeah. Or like, yeah, exactly. Or like Arnold in the first Terminator, it's like through the clay mask,
Yeah.
eye surgery. Oh, that creeped me out as a kid.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Perfect. Yeah, there it is.
There you go.
Tortured by Leatherman. All right. That sounds like a great feather, Leatherman. Yeah,
Oh.
horror. Oh no, it's Leatherman.
Rob
It's
Halford's
like
face.
black and pink though.
Yeah, that's pass.
Yes,
Thanks.
I don't know if I want to necessarily go through that one with you guys. That's a personal feather. I'll let y'all do y'all. All right. So
What you do in your fanfic in your spare time is up to you. But that's
I have a 12-volume manga all set up in my mind already. It's going to be epic. No. Okay. So this is a role. Again, usually kind of difficult if you have no knowledge whatsoever, but Buzz at least looking over annoyedly
I have
over
a
his
pretty
shoulder.
solid knowledge of anatomy.
Sure, from breaking things, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Okay, so
I have
let's say
detailed files.
Yes, I'm I'm trained in torturing, so that gives me a solid knowledge of anatomy.
okay, I'll well, I won't give you an asset for it. I definitely appreciate it. No, perfect. But he'll between that and Buzz again over the shoulder.
No, don't do that.
Yeah, not the green wire. It gives you an asset. So now down to, okay, so if you want to use effort, you can. It's int. So
Okay.
up to you. Do you want to use one, or do you have access to 2 levels of effort? Yeah.
I do, yes.
Okay. In int as well?
Yep.
Excellent. Okay.
Let me see how
Well,
much
obviously,
I
int,
have
but I don't
left.
know if you have
I have
edge.
12 int left. That's fine.
Awesome.
And
And
I
you have
got
edge in
edge.
it or no?
So
Okay.
it'll be like
Okay.
3
So
plus
2 levels of effort.
one. 4?
You rolled a 4?
No, 4 intellect is what it costs.
Okay, yeah. Okay. Perfect. So it's one more.
No, I got a 3.
So as you're doing this, again, you can re-roll it. Would you like to use XP to re-roll? Everybody has 2 to burn or new if you want.
Yes, I will.
Okay. Okay, so you almost slip and you realize you could have lost your arm. That was rough. You need to be more careful.
All that training and smashing is not paying off.
Yeah. You're able to do some damage very easily, in fact. Yeah.
That time I got a 4.
Painful.
4?
Yeah.
Okay. You know what? Yeah, it seems good. Seems like it's in there and well hidden.
We get a camera shot from outside the car, and you just see blood spray the inside of the windows.
Yeah. By the way, Maeve Blunt there is looking over and eyes wide, and he's starting to get dizzy.
I'm like using my monoblade to cut myself up.
Yeah, and with your genetics, it's part of it is like kind of like, this weird like waxy flesh thing that doesn't bleed, and other times it hits human and it's just profuse. And this particular thing is, you got a lot of human all over the car. So yeah.
There's my human genetics.
Yeah.
So soft.
Yes. Yes, it feels like it's well hidden. We'll leave it at that. It feels like it'll.
It's definitely hidden well.
Yeah, you feel good. I like those outcomes. Okay, last thing, T-Bone. Did you have anything specific? Wait, did you? Sorry, who hasn't done something self-improvement wise as we start the trip? Oh wait, no, sorry, it was Mike.
Yeah. I also can't think of anything self-improvement wise to do right now, really.
Well, you're also driving, so I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, I'm kind of like foot to the floor, absent-mindedly driving because it's plugged into my head directly. But I was more going to see if I could like rifle through the glove box or something and find out like, oh, where are these guys organized? Maybe they'll think we're just coming back in normal. Right? Like,
do it. So a little bit of rummaging, because you can do it. You're plugged in. You truly could do a crossword puzzle and drive pretty damn well. Now, full control will be a little different, but you're plugged in. Yeah, absolutely. So
as long as you keep going right and straight, no left.
Yeah.
Now we eventually got to make a left.
It's the.
So we got to go back and forth. We're gonna have to do lefts. We're gonna have to, A right,
instead of a straight line,
and then A left, and then.
Yep, and
it's okay. You won't notice it. I'll do like one big sine wave the whole way, right? Like just.
Beautiful. Yeah, no angles, man. Non-Euclidean, bro. Hounds of Tyndall, man.
We don't want anybody to be able to spot the pattern. That's it.
Perfect.
Walk without rhythm. Anyway.
Perfect. Okay, yeah. Again, easy enough rummaging through, and trying to figure out a little bit more of what's going on. As well as doing a basic search of the car. We'll take care of that as well.
Okay. Oh, survey says 2.
Okay. Okay. So there's not. You want to re-roll or no?
No, I'll let it ride.
Okay. Yeah, save that XP for when you need it. You're just starting going into limbo. Okay. So there's no papers. There's no IDs. But you do know it's Sianka, of course. You do know that, it looks like, even looking into, the windscreen there, maybe the VIN or their version of a VIN has been filed off. This is a nondescript, but pretty nice car. But that's all you're getting from it. And again, the fact that it has all the nice technology and has some pretty nice, audio options and everything as well.
I assume that's also going to include like the paperwork that we're supposed to have to get back in through the gate.
No, definitely not.
Yeah.
However, you do, let's see, with a 2, Yeah, you don't find anything in the car, but yeah, roll separately for a search because let's do it separate for a search, but it'll be you as well as you're rummaging. So
You turn on the car stereo and all you hear is tra-la-la-la-la-la-la-la-la.
yeah, I do.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, pretty much. I just rolled a 4 to search, so that's
Okay.
and
Well, this is a search.
not only did they leave cigarettes in the ashtray, they also took
Yes.
the cigarette lighter, so we can't even light one afterwards. That's
Yes. You can see, let's see. So what you see remnants of, you can see that there's been stuff that's been taken apart. You're looking around, someone's kind of been tinkering in this car as well, a little bit. It's clean and everything, but there's definitely someone in the passenger seat, there, has been tinkering with stuff. You see some old parts. Again, these are just wires and things, but some like classic looking, like, and what would be antique actually. Maybe 30, 40, 50 years ago tech. So that's kind of cool. And it makes you wonder. So
what's it doing in a car this modern? Yeah.
true. That's exactly what you're thinking. Okay, so now that has everybody looked inside themselves and found a DIY project before we start into limbo? Yes, Josiah, yes. And
I'm perfect the way I am.
yeah, of course. Yeah, your paranoia has put you guys on the right path already. So, okay, so there's going to be, well, I'll explain how it works. So there's going to be 20 rolls here. But the way we're going to do it, because there's so many rolls, is if you go over, I'm not going to say it yet, or out loud, but if you go over a certain number, you'll find that you're rolling along and it's going to keep going. The best you can hope for at all is this mile a minute. This is the best, with the car you have, unless you really stretch it to the max and probably scrape out the shit out of it. A mile a minute is a success. Now you start rolling 20s and we'll figure stuff out. But again, you roll ones and that's and again, under a certain number, depending on where you're at in this process, is going to trigger as you guys know, different travel effects. So although this one's for limbo. So okay, so Mike, you got some rolling to do for the group here. So
Can do it.
you know what? Yeah. So the first one here, 1 of 20. Let me mark this down.
Okay, so I just want to make sure I'm keeping track of all the things that we're helping.
Good.
I'm trained in any driving or piloting task when I'm plugged into a thing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trained in driving tasks, but that's just trained, so I think I only get one of those. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then
And
Winter
I'll
was
help you
helping with
navigate.
navigation.
Yeah. Winter. Yeah. So.
And the baby driver adds an asset to your.
Right.
There it
and
is.
the baby driver for some portion of it here at the beginning. Yeah.
Yeah, for the first 10 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah, because it's 10 minutes per level of the cipher. So
right.
It's a one. Oh, was it one? Yes.
Yeah, it was the whole one.
So for 10 minutes, so best case scenario for half of this thing, you're flying high and you've got that extra asset. But right now you're rocking big 3 here. So
right. And as one of my upgrades, I put a 3rd point into that's what type of role is it?
Travel, navigation,
like might, speed, intellect.
Oh, no, it's int because
okay.
it's planning, but yes, because if you get into a situation and it has to do with driving, then it goes into speed.
Okay.
But yeah, right now,
yeah, speed I just upped my edge into 3, so that would help, but
nice.
not for right now when everything's going well. Okay.
Right. So before adding any effort at all, let's see, you have 3 assets. Okay. Good. Great. Okay. So even before adding, yeah, perfect. So this first roll, and
First
this
roll.
is again as it's bumping,
3
bumping,
assets.
bumping. 3.
No, I'm just counting the assets still. The
Yes.
assets
I've
and
got
skill
the-
reductions.
Yeah. So the target number is actually pretty nice. Even
Okay.
before effort. So,
Okay. All right.
So you're
We'll get
feeling
started.
confident, even though it's bouncing and there's sometimes where the cracks, and again everything outside is kind of hazy and it's getting foggier, but we'll see.
This is literally the thing that I do.
Yep, that's true. That's true.
Say you've been dying to get a plug-in vehicle.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
especially where he can read all the buttons that are all in Cyrillic. So hell yeah. Yeah, he's
Yes.
the only one
Okay.
here who can really read it.
Okay, cool. So roll 1,
First one.
19.
Excellent. Okay. Plus an
Dang.
asset. So, yeah. Okay, here's where I have to keep. Let me.
Minor effect.
Yeah, that's, minor effect, this has to do with putting down numbers. So, okay, so we're down to keep track here. I'm just gonna write. Okay, so, here. Okay, so we're down to 20. Okay, perfect. Yes, you can see even through the fog again. Now it's getting a lot thicker fog, and you can tell just by the way the road is, the tires are hugging the road there, that it's more wet here. It's not dry as much anymore. You can see kind of, again, there's still dead trees everywhere because of the weather, and the soil's poisoned basically. But yeah, you're cruising along at a mile a minute, and you get through that first thing, and you know what, you did it so well that you even take that next turn, and shit, you just pulled 2 minutes of great driving here at a mile a minute, 60 with a hard right at a particular point. Yeah, and then as you're again right about, you can see kind of again the I won't call it a road, but there is a particular line of tracks and overland vehicle stuff that has people from time,
Zombie pass.
yeah, basically. So yeah, you cross it. Let's do it. Okay, so that's the first one, and yeah, I'm sure you guys are feeling it. What kind of music you want to? Who's DJing here? Who gets to pick the first song?
Angel is definitely DJing because he's in charge of the car.
Yeah, which button actually controls the music? I don't know.
Like this one. Beep. It's like,
Yeah,
it is
Perfect,
the fluffiest bubblegum cotton candy pop music you can get, but
Yeah.
nobody else in the car is going to understand any of the words.
Yeah, JK pop.
And it sounds like it's
Yeah,
like,
big.
I went and saw a rainbow.
We'll call it JK pop. Yeah,
JK pop.
yeah. It's a great band. It's a them band, and they're amazing, and they'll have matching tuxedos and dance moves. It's amazing. Okay, so that's rolling. Next roll
Okay.
here.
2, second
By the
roll.
way, Baby Driver, explain to. Oh yeah, tell us the.
So the
result.
roll is a 13.
Okay, still good. Another mile a minute there. Tell us now, as the Baby Driver is really kicking in, and you're seeing trees everywhere, and it's foggy, and there's weird formations and maybe things that were buildings. What is it looking like to you only, instead of the nightmare that everybody else sees?
I think it looks like one of those like pre-color cartoons where they would try to do like the animated ghosts and skeletons and like the
Yes.
trees which have scary faces and wave back and forth.
Yeah,
It's just like it's still kind of limbo and like it's
Yeah,
dead
like-
out here. This is a bad
the
place.
Betty Boop, like Betty Boop stuff, or the old Minnie the Moocher we were talking about earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great. Okay, so it's black and white, early 30s cartoon.
Yeah.
Beautiful. So again, you guys aren't seeing this out of the window, and Maeve Blunt at this point, after another now a direct hard left, is being jostled around and is very, very agitated, but what's he gonna do, you know? Really.
Like there's some sort of rabbit jumping by that like sprouts like devil horns and stuff or something.
Yes, exactly. It laughs, wah, 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 and it gets bigger and smaller. Yeah, I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it. Okay, so you got that too. So but that was with that one. So now you're down. Okay, so you're doing this. Man, a mile a minute through limbo is unbelievable. Now we're getting into, at this point, there's big puddles. You can, there's occasional sprinkle hitting the windscreen. The rain is it's more viscous than it should be. It kind of has this like metallic sheen to it. You're glad you're not outside at this particular moment. This weather looks bad for walking. Okay, if you want, again, let me know if you're ever going to use effort. But so far so good.
Yeah, I'm not gonna hold off unless we start to have trouble.
Okay.
So.
Okay.
Oh, let's see. 18.
13 again?
18.
Oh, 18. Excellent. Okay. Yes. So, yes. So you're again now another hard right. You're hitting back towards the way you came. To be honest, it's feeling like this particular plan may be the ultimate way through limbo. It may just end up being that, which, if that's the way it works out, that's fate. Yeah.
Knowledge.
Yeah. Well, for you, sure.
It's the absolute truth. Capital A, capital T.
Yeah. Yeah. Of course, Maeve Blunt. That is not necessarily what he was trying to communicate, but that's what you picked up, and that's what we're working with, which is perfect. Okay, so. Yeah, now I'm going to say that because one more. Okay, so roll again. You got, again, it's smooth sailing for you guys, with the exception of these really hard rights and lefts.
Nat 20.
We should have gotten you this car earlier, Angel. Your driving is fantastic.
Brother. Excellent.
And we're like, he's just gonna punch everybody. He's just like shooting people in the face, blah blah blah. It's like, no, this is what he's supposed to do.
Okay, since you're going through the next two, then okay, so another mile a minute, and then a hard right, a hard left again, as you're zigging and zagging. So now again, it's hard rain. You're seeing what look like people. As soon as you're crossing, the road there, a group of people crossing that middle point, briefly. You can see that there are people there, and you go right next to them.
They do that thing where like they're taking steps and their bodies are like extra bouncy. Yeah.
Yes, exactly. Well, yeah, what it looks like to you is this is what it looks like to everybody else. I should have prefaced that. So yes, so you see a bunch of, that's what you see. Also at this point, the rain clouds are huge, and it looks like it's a thunderstorm. I don't know what that's looking like to you, but yeah, it's starting to come down real hard.
It's a big cloud with like a big grin full of sharp teeth. Yeah,
that is Vurt as hell. Yes. Yeah. But it's fun, man. This is fun. So you guys are making it. You guys, that was great. Now, again, mile a minute late. You are rocking it. You are, you are almost halfway there of this. What would have, So you're about close to minute 10 at this point, and you've been pulling a mile a minute, which is crazy. So okay. Cool. Instead of 20 rolls, it's not going to be. Okay. Next, all right. Another crazy roll.
15.
Excellent. Okay. Now another hard right. And tell me what the next song that comes on is to take you through the second half of Limbo travel here.
Has everybody else seen the videos by Baby Metal?
No.
They're a Japanese band where it's like all the musicians play death metal, and it's got like 3 young girls who have like tutus and stuff who do all the vocals and like synchronized dancing.
God, that
So
sounds amazing.
That already sounds like
it's
Vurt.
great. Yeah.
Love it.
So we get some sort of like Ukrainian knockoff version of that.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, that's perfect. Okay, cool. So that all of a sudden that comes on.
Instead of it being like Gumbo Yaya radio, it's like Baba Yaga radio.
Baba
Yaga.
Yaga.
There you go.
Yeah, Hut of Brown, Now Sit Down is the name of the song. And it's all about Baba Yaga and her chicken foot hut. And of course, you understand the lyrics. No one else, everybody else is like, man, why
Nobody
does it
else
sound-
is singing along. I'm like, what's going on with this?
Why are these little kids so angry? What are they singing about? Yeah. Yeah. Baba Yaga radio is absolutely from here on out a radio station. Okay, and it's just for the Sayanka. Perfect. Okay, so and you rolled again. Another again a hard right.
Is that a Queen song?
Gumbo. Yeah, Radio Yaya.
Radio Baba Yaga.
Yeah, Radio Baba Yaga. Yes, Queen Hobart song.
Okay,
Okay,
now we know what comes on next. All right, let's.
Yeah. Okay, so yes, you're again now more than halfway. Yes, and the rain didn't bother you. You know what? No problem at all. Maybe because you're communicating with the clouds, and that's cool. All right. Now you start to feel the fading effects, which just suck. It sucks because you love that feeling, or you did probably. And now you feel kind of empty and hollow and, you know, kind of wishing it were stronger, and this sucks, a little bit of apprehension. So now you're down to 2 assets now. But yeah, so, and now you're noticing, shit, you've been making great time in this weather. Oh, wow, that's lucky. All right, next roll. Now let's say that at this point also, Josiah, with Smoke there, let's have you for fun because we're halfway there, and I want to do some complication halfway. GM intrusion is going to be, there's going to be, again, if you want to take it, there's going to be a misunderstanding between hide and attack, hopefully for a very short time.
I'll take the GM intrusion because it's interesting.
Excellent. Okay.
I'll give 1 XP over to Angle, who's driving, because he has done a phenomenal job.
Yeah, perfect. And I'm going to say, okay, now the role that you're going to be doing is going to be to quickly talk it out of something without pulling all the air out, because again, hence the name, it kind of this little cute smoke ball from the Vurt world, rug, dissipates more or less and turns in, gets really heavy and turns into kind of a rug looking bit of Vurt smoke stuff, and then eventually little drips go up and smell of ammonia and all the oxygen is sucked out of the air. So this is a rough area of effect attack, and it's inside a car. And it misunderstood, man. It just misunderstood. That's all.
I finally get a car and your pet kills us in it. I'm going to be so upset.
So that's it. Now, so you're going to roll for this. You can use, this is going to be int. You're going to roll for, again, to talk it down for this round.
I'm going to do one clean roll before I start spending effort for rerolls.
I like it.
I got an 11. I have two edge in intellect. I don't think that means anything. Do I need to re-roll that?
You may want to. Yeah.
Okay. So I'm gonna spend an XP to re-roll, and I'm gonna spend 2 levels of effort to
9 and 6.
Die.
Okay, so 6 or above at this point.
Update and 14.
Excellent. Okay, great. Okay, with that extra effort, you feel okay. This is what everybody else feels, and everybody's going to take 1 point of damage, because for half a split second, all the oxygen gets pulled out of your lungs, your eyes are watering, and it just causes it's like getting it feels like getting smacked in the head, but it's pulling everything out.
Sorry, still learning, everyone. Sorry, still learning. Apologies all around.
Yeah. You try to say through vacuumed air. So everybody gets one. Yeah.
Boing.
Yep. But now, yes. So again, you're able. So far, so good on also on the blurfly construction, because smooth sailing, total smooth sailing, no bumps yet at all. So you're 11 out of 20 minutes into what you feel, without giving too much away. You're 11 out of, so if you can hang on for another 9 minutes of smooth sailing, you will end up also with a nice mod at the end of this.
Yay.
Cool.
And
All
if
right,
you believe you're
so-
getting 9 minutes of smooth sailing, then
Yeah, exactly. Now after this, of course, Smoke, again, who just doesn't understand. There's no feeling bad or not level of understanding yet. It just goes back to, oh, hide, and here, and it's back into it's comfy cozy, so yeah. Now second half as well. Okay, Thunderstorm now is making it there's the occasional what look like it could be any moment be a flash flood. It's the trickles that also make the difficulty of staying on a straight path, a lot of slipping and sliding in the mud, basically. And this type of mud, again, is just like oily sheen to it, almost like maybe it looks like there was an oil well or something that's been going for a bit and was just left there for 20 years, which is probably what happened. Okay, so you've lost the edge of Baby Driver, and it's getting a little more difficult now. So hold on, let me do the math. So now you have 2. So what was that? Okay, perfect. Yes, sorry for yes. Okay, so yes, it feels more difficult. You wish you were on Baby Driver. All right. So you'll
16.
16.
Yep.
Excellent. Look at these rights and lefts, and maybe it's a song, or maybe you've done this before, which I think you have. Although not in a car that's vibing to you this well. Damn it, you're going to name this car by the end of this. By the end of this trip, you're gonna. I'm
gonna be so upset if we reach the city and have to ditch it.
Do everything you can, man. Perfect. Okay, so yes, another.
We're gonna have to choose between this car and the Vurt you want van, if that van is still around.
Yeah, it's been.
Yeah, which one we'll pick?
Do we still have any kind of papers from
Well, that's
Frosh Wash about we are sanctioned by the Yeoman Warders or anything like that? No. Okay, cool.
A team, yeah, or Z team. Yeah, you guys are off the books on purpose. There's a reason the Royal Yeoman Warders want you.
I pity the fool. Don't take us seriously.
Yeah, drink your milk.
That's every fool.
Yes. Okay, perfect. So, yes, you've taken the right. You managed to, instead of just slipping and making it worse, kind of use it and drift in, and you're rocking it. And at this point, almost 2/3 of the way there. Everybody else is, I mean, whether you're paying attention or you're fiddling or tinkering or whatever, everybody's got to be pretty impressed by the fact that you guys have cruised through limbo in perfect style and grace for 12 minutes overland. This is unfucking heard of. This doesn't happen. So, what's limbo? No big deal, right? Okay, so now the rain is getting worse and worse and worse. Now the rain itself, you see every once in a while some of the drops will have a globule, I guess would be the non-scientific whatever thing you'd a glob, weird stuff. Maybe hair gel, maybe not. Maybe some of them are strange colors that kind of will change color the longer it stays in your window. It's just this weird, really weird, only in limbo kind of rain that, again, you are overjoyed that you're inside and not outside breathing it in. Now the air filtration system, as great as it is, now at this point, the air coming in is so accurate. It's so, or acidic actually. So,
Smell bad.
yeah, yeah. It's the equivalent of like sucking on a penny, but olfactory sense, and it's awful. Anybody with dog in them? The dog genetics, yes. Okay. Roll right now. The smell is overwhelming. Just not quite as bad as Liverpool. Remember, you guys have, maybe that's why you guys aren't tripping. But
You would think that I would put filters in my helmet next time.
yes. Yeah.
I rolled a 19.
Oh, in fact, yeah. What does it say on, I don't know if you remember on your sheet or no, not on your sheet, but if we decided with the minor effect.
I don't think I put it on my sheet.
Okay. Well, that's no problem. So let's say that, yeah, you're fine. Like you can get through it. It's pretty bad. But let's say this, this particular smell, and this will fit into your paranoia thing. That particular smell is totally vibes with the idea of why you're zigzagging. And the fact is this is proving it. Like the smell, of course it's this acidic smell, and you've just bypassed the worst. You've gone, literally, this is the eye of a storm. You're in an eye of a storm right now. And you've managed to.
Just for the record, it's not paranoia.
True. Yeah, true. Yes, enhanced thinking. Enhanced cognition.
Absolute truth, capital A, capital T.
Yeah, that's awesome. So yes, cool. Yes, so let's roll again. Again, now the rain is rocking down and it's making it slippery. It's still bad. Okay.
I'll spend an XP to reroll a 3.
I don't want to break the perfect record, do you? So you almost slip, starting to slide. It's heading towards a tree. It looks like you're not going to be able to miss it. Reroll.
18.
Excellent.
This is ridiculous.
Yeah. The hard right turns into, again, it's like Tokyo Drift. You're literally like, you're barely even driving anymore. You're just kind of like, like a skater on ice, just going like to the left. And you're, yeah, it's a ballet for you right now.
His technical consultant on Fast and Furious 68 Minsk Drift. Right?
Of course. Yeah. Okay. Now you guys are, let's see, so forth. So you can see the outline just in the distance, even though the rain is, again, maybe starting to lighten up a little bit. It's still muddy and still dangerous, but you can see way off in the distance, the line that looked like it was the horizon, you realize now is the wall, the Great Wall of Manchester there. So you're within sight of Manchester again. I'm sure everybody's heart is beating a little bit faster because, again, you guys have been far from home and in Liverpool, and under Limbo through Eccleston, and but this last bit of the journey seems to be going just swimmingly. So, okay, okay, perfect. So now you'll have another hard right. At this point, you're zigzag, and you'll roll again.
Ziggy zag.
I could spend an XP to reroll a 1, right? That's.
Ooh.
Alex really wants a failure here so badly.
Yeah, it is.
It's not a weapon, so it's not going to misfire. But I'm going to say that one. No, wait, no. If you want to spend XP, go for it.
Okay, yeah, I'm going to spend XP to reroll the 1.
I would, yeah.
It was a good long streak while it lasted. Yeah, that was a 3. That's.
Okay. Listen, you start spiraling there, and it's spinning, and so everybody out the window is seeing like, oh, there's the Great Wall of Manchester. Oh, there's the street. Oh,
Look, it's Big Ben, Parliament.
Big Ben.
Yes, exactly. You're right. Spinning closer and closer towards this tree. Let's see. I don't know if it will require another roll or not. It's already a travel hazard. Yeah. So, okay. Actually, we'll figure out how you got there. So roll on for the table. It's a D20, and then we'll see what this spinning, how this turns into whatever is on this table.
I got an 8.
Okay. Security. Okay. So you can see a line of. This is the point where you're crossing across, this kind of road thing. You can see a line of 3 mopeds, mod style there. And these, you got, 3 goons on it.
Fine young cannibals playing in the background.
Yeah, dude. No, this is total mod and rocker. These guys are, they've got the, they're soaked and they look out of their element and everything, but they're trying their best to keep their mod sensibilities as they've got these really tricked out mopeds with these big tires. No, they're not motorcycles. They're mod goons. So and they've got the the Target and the Union Jack in the back, and these guys are just doing it. There's a line of 3 of them, and this spinning is what you don't notice. And you hit one of these and knock them off onto the ground. They go flying, and you finally stop. And the other 2 mod goons here get off their, and just, put their kickstand down and gently set it aside because they don't want their mopeds ruined. And now they knuckle crack and they're racing right at you and start punching the window.
Go.
No, I'll roll down the window for them because
Yes. So restarting the car it's going to be a separate action with a roll, or getting yourself reconnected to the car that way. So otherwise, you're doing driving rolls every time you're trying to move.
Right. So I've got at tier 2, you get Believe It, Ripley. When operating a vehicle with a neural link, you can take an additional action.
Excellent.
So hopefully that's me starting the car while I'm sticking a gun in his face through the window. But
roll for it. Absolutely. Yeah. Oh, this might save your perfect record. This may. And again,
that's a 9.
You want to re-roll? You don't have to.
I want to be assisting with my own.
The windows roll down. It's just guns, just out the window, just like
like
4 different people stick their hands out with like.
So if you want to re-roll, I'll add an asset to it. Yeah. If you want.
Okay. Yes, I'll re-roll that.
Okay. So just you can hit that number again.
Oh, I saw it flicker at 20 and it went away immediately. That's cheap.
Are you sure it's not broken?
I know what it did. I just can't fix it. I can't prove that I had a good roll, and now I rolled a 4. So.
Wait, did you? If you had a roll and you re-roll, was a re-roll a 4?
The dice roller flickered at 20 seconds.
Yeah, I paid for the re-roll. I hit the button. It said 20, and then it immediately cleared itself, and then I rolled a 4. So.
Listen, if it rolled 20, you're the last person I would question. Not the last. There's 3 others.
I was going to say, who would you question, Alex?
Yeah, I'm like, hey, you got to. If it's a 20, let's make it a 20.
Okay.
If it, I trust you.
I saw. Well, yeah. I mean, it's colored when it does the high rolls, and it was the green for being a 20 for a second. So
I trust me. Yes, absolutely. If it was in person, it would have been a 20. I'm with it. Okay, so this is perfect. Yes, and let's go here, right? So yes, we know. They stop in their tracks. They pee their tight trousers, right into their, that are pegged and, and little high above their little John Lennon boots. They're certainly coming from Liverpool, going to Manchester in a little mini caravan. They are stopped. They're not picking up their friend from the mud. The friend is stopped in the mud. the car is restarted. You are back on your way, and you feel now. Yeah, here. Yeah. Okay. Roll. You're at 2 more rolls. Shit, you made it a lot less than 20 rolls. Okay. So you at this point you can see not only the wall, but you can see the gate. You still, even with that spin out and the stop there, you're now back to 60, a mile a minute and heading towards. Okay. Another roll for you, and this is a hard left, and knowing that there's going to be one more hard right, and you'll end up right at the gate of Wigan. The wall gate. So,
yeah, sorry, I clicked the thing. So 4.
Drain that XP. Drain that XP.
Oh,
Oh, I already did drain my XP.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm out.
So, yes. So slipping, sliding again, getting the point, and it dips down, and it doesn't destroy the car at all. This is all fixable. It's still a nice looking car, but it's covered in mud and weird stuff from the limbo. But this hits a pothole, and it stops it basically, and you're going to have to kind of driver maneuver out of it. But while you're doing that, roll a d20 for the table again.
16. Sure, now I get a good one.
Yeah. It was 16, 12, 20. Oh, okay. Cool. Where would it be?
I want to know what those moped guys were doing riding through limbo.
In like slime rain. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I don't think they wanted to get caught in it. Yeah.
Maybe they were U-type mods.
Yeah, no, you couldn't tell actually even, but they probably weren't pure human, and they certainly didn't look good. Okay, so you see on the side, let's see. I'm trying to think where I would put this. Okay, as you're maneuvering out and everything, and you hit kind of jolts and everything, the glove compartment pops down again, and there's a back compartment. Yeah, let's do it that way. A back compartment. So of course they got a sneaky hideaway that goes. It's been. I'm sure there's engine parts that have been moved in the hood to make space for this, and it pops down. And yes, it's a failure, but this is a good failure, or an interesting failure, shall we say, or at least on the table.
Hey, look, we found the compartment with the secret grenades. Wait.
Yes, exactly.
Hooray!
Yes. So there's a simple machine there, and it kind of jostles about there, of course, and that's why you can see it. There's segmented glass panels. You can see steam power. You can see steam things on the outside. Does anybody have real world knowledge or anything real world stuff?
Real world history and navigation.
Perfect. So you roll to figure out already what this thing is, to see if you can get more info, more than this weird boxy glass thing.
Someone tell me what this is, because otherwise I'm just going to assume it's a
yes.
Let's say pipe.
Yes.
All right, let's see. I got an 11.
That works. It's over 9. Okay, so you know what this is, and as it jostles about, everybody can see it's not a box, it's a head of something that also, the whole thing is made of this segmented glass panel thing, but it looks like a doll kind of size, and it pops out and its head turns around, and that's when you remember, oh, this is a Burbletron. And these are originally, this, Winter, these were originally meant as children's toys. They've been on the shelves for over 30 years. They're short, simple machines. They run on steam power, and they emit a steady stream of vapor from the tops of their heads. And everybody can already see this starting to kind of like Tin Man out of the top of his head. They are programmed to answer simple questions. And this is a favorite of the high on something crowd. These simple machines have a self-defense setting, and this is what you know that no one else knows, that turns them into wind-up death bots. No one is really sure why a simple toy would have such a dangerous setting, and the activate button is very easy to reach. It's right here in the back of their neck, just like, of course, it would be. Let's see. It's estimated that in Manchester alone, nearly 100 deaths a year are linked to burns suffered from accidentally turning on the Burbletron's self-defense. So it's not a bomb, but it gets defensive, and it, you know, even the questions get a little more, you know, snarky. Yes, and so again, also speaking of burns, it is fairly common sight to see decapitated Burbletrons repurposed as hazers or other apparati for other smokable drugs. So people find one of these, deactivate it, yank it, and use it as a bong, bro. Yeah, but you guys are better than that. That's some Ginnell trash goofiness. But
yeah, I'm gonna salvage it for blurred parts.
Yes. Oh, by the way, speaking of, this is 30 years old. This is exactly what those the wires and the little, you know, 30-year-old, you know, clippings and weird stuff was. Someone was messing with the Burbletron. Okay. It asks.
This is fine. Everything's fine here.
Yes, it says.
We're doing fine. How are you?
Its eyes light up. Its eyes light up in a blinking, you know, its eyes. It's segmented. But yeah, it blinks, you know, green, and you know that means that it's asking. It's question time. It'll give you a simple answer.
All right, guys, time to play 20 questions.
20?
Are you already activated to go off?
Yep. And this is as you're getting yourself out of this hole and back into quick stuff. So, okay, anybody want to ask a question? You don't have to, or it's up to you.
How many questions did we get?
You don't know more than they answer simple questions. And now you see on its eyes a little up in the upper left-hand side, you see a 5, 4, 3.
What rhymes with orange?
Rolling down all the windows.
Orange. It says burnt, which is the way people say burnage, which is a suburb of Wigan.
What was the question? Because I think
what rhymes with orange?
Yep, and it says it in this weird, halting, odd, you know, inflection in weird parts. You know, it says a suburb of Wigan, and then the steam kind of goes out like this, and then green light again.
I'm gonna double check if it's any good, if it's trustworthy.
Okay, perfect.
Is turning left bad?
Ooh, this is about when you're out again and you're about ready to take a left. Okay, that makes sense. Yes, it says maybe a blue feather. Back to green. Roll as everybody else is. Again, this is really an odd. Why did people ever find this entertaining? This is, you know, this feels dangerous. You're going to roll again for your second to last roll
for the car.
Here for driving to take a hard left.
11. Yeah, we should have 2 assets on that, I think. Yeah.
Right, you brought it down from yeah. Yes. Oh no. 11. No. Do you want? I'm
fresh out of XP, so.
Gotcha. Okay. Sorry. 11 isn't. You have it down to 12. Okay. So even within sight of the city wall, now at this point, the slipping and sliding in the mud is worse. There's mist again. You know, you can see the lightning behind you. You did get through the worst of it. Everybody's, you know, this Burbletron is like the steam that's coming out is fogging up the inside of the window.
We're trying to get out of the mud, and it's mud that's just digging the tires and worse.
It's worse. It's worse. It's worse. And now roll. Wow, you're hitting these hazards. Roll on a d20 again.
14.
Okay, so you just rolled that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Wait, no. 14. Yeah, purple. Yeah, you just rolled that. Okay, so roll again.
I just rolled another 14 then, if that's what I had rolled before. I rolled a 14 for the complication now.
Correct. But you already rolled a 14.
So roll, okay.
Yeah, so I just to re-roll, just because it's a table, not a...
Yeah. 15?
Okay, oh, just the next one. Carpet cleaner. Okay.
Next one is 2 verbal trons. Okay.
There is, again, debris that somehow you guys have been managed, a lot of trash, especially this close to the wall, a lot of trash and, broken dreams and machines are everywhere there. It's absolutely, I think we have even an image from the guy waiting out there. That's about how close you guys are to the city. It's in that shitty rain, and these little box houses that probably were meant to hold, big machinery parts or something at one point that have been repurposed. But there's, yes, in this rain, corporate clean. So there's a person that walks straight out, and as you're driving at them, holds their hand out very, you're going maybe about 30 at this point. You're getting close to the mile a minute thing again, halfway there. And they hold their hand out. You can tell they are either pure human or they appear pure human. This is a, you can't, again, with the rain and everything, you just see basics. You can see, it's either, there's no like beard or anything like that. It's just a, person, but you can't tell until you get closer. But they're holding out their hand like this. And you can tell they're wearing, again, they're drenched, but they're in a suit, basically. They're big, but they're in a suit, again, soaking wet. Not a mod suit, not a skinny tie, but just a pretty nice looking suit. And holding their hand out like this, very, very confidently. You can do whatever you want to do. The complication is already there somehow. Don't worry. So it's still your choice as to however you want to react. They're confidently doing this, but you're racing towards them.
Unless somebody else has something else to say, I'm probably going to screech to a halt before hitting him. But
While you're doing that, I'm leaning out the window just in case.
So he looks confident. Does he look like no good, no trustworthy talky guy like our friend Jack?
Hey now.
No, his style is
friend Josiah, not Jack.
Yes.
I'm playing.
Yes, good distinction. No, this is
Josiah is totally dependable.
Yes, yeah, less unique style, I would say, than Josiah, but much more like top of the line fashion. Like, looks like a corporate kind of person. Looks like a suit. That's where that's where the confidence comes from. Or maybe, they're big no matter what, and maybe they have stuff under the coat. But right now, you just see a handout in confidence.
Can T-Bone guess if he's a lawyer or not? Because if it is, I want Angel to speed up.
Well, as he probably screeches to a halt, you'll have more time to identify. Are you screeching to a halt?
yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay. So you do, and then that person again walks around. At this point, you can see it's a dude who's clean shaven, but has a little bit of a stubble. Has a kind of something under their eye, either a bruise or something like this. You can see little specks of blood that you couldn't see before on, this is even through the sprinkling, rain coming around towards the driver's side window, speckles of blood. And
I like this guy.
Yeah. And the hand goes down like this, and then you can see a bit of a smirk like this. And that's when everybody notices 2 on each side pops up. You guys fell for someone rich from Manchester needs help. So you now have 5 goon-ass thugs, jumping up, 2 on either side. One of them has a shotgun. The other has a tracking device. Okay, other one has a device of some sort in their hand. It's about this big. You can identify in a bit. And there's 5, and the other 2 have it just looks like clubs. They're ready to start some shit. You guys do have guns aimed at them, right? Of course.
Of course.
Yeah, and you're coming from Liverpool. Okay, or that direction. Okay, so you can feel it's going to be a fight. Roll for initiative, everybody. Actually, wait, it's 1 o'clock. Now is where we'll take the quick 10-minute bio break there. And again, you are so close to the city, you can see it. One more driving roll. And you can see it, and you're that close, and there's the wall gate, and you can get there. There's only a few vehicles perhaps in line waiting, and this happens this close. So that's where we'll end it just for 10 minutes. Cool?
Okay.
All right. Good.
Okay.
We will be back.
Nice.
Bing. Hi, everybody.
We're back.
Ooh,
Hi, Dr. Nick.
Perfect timing as far as this altercation that's about ready to happen. Everybody's getting rolling to get ready. Tell me the order. And it's going to be a fight, even though, as they'll find out very soon, it looks like they're outmatched or outgunned by a long shot. You guys are all packing.
Well, they're about to get run over, so that's...
Yeah, that too. But at least you stopped, so you have to go from 0 to 60 again. But again, 1 in the front and 2 on each side. So it was an ambush.
Josiah got a 17.
Okay.
Engel got a 19, and he's trained in initiative.
Oh, okay, so absolute top of the order. Okay.
T-Bone got boned. That's
What'd you get? 6? Okay.
I mean, rather hear it in on the next roll. So.
Oh, absolutely. Okay.
I got a 11 and I'm trained.
Okay.
And 15 trained.
Oh, okay. Oh. Okay. So.
Sorry, what was yours again? Or Jack?
17.
Okay.
I forget, 15 trained means I actually rolled an 18, or?
Yep. I think that's correct. That order, right? Yes.
Looks it, yeah.
Yes. Oh, sorry, that space in the middle. Never mind. You'll find out then. But yeah, sorry. Yeah. So again, everybody is looking at somebody, either if you're facing forward or out the sides of the car. You're seeing people approach. Again, the one who has the shotgun is driver's side. He's with one of the other, somebody who has the club. And again, one on the other maybe has the club with them, but is holding some kind of device, again, about this big. You can't tell what it is, but like that's that person's thing. These look like people that unfortunately are forced to live outside of the city walls for some reason, either of their own doing or not. But there's a mix between all of them, and there's a dog man, there's a robo shad, there's one that maybe is robo man but looks even more like a robo than most that you've ever seen. Maybe the eyes are human, but again, they're wearing rags, they're soaked to the bone, they're desperate. This is their trick. They probably have this suit from some corp that they did rob. It's probably that other person's blood on flecked on the collar. But that's where we're at. Okay, so yes, I'm not going to have Engel first. Again, you're pulled to a stop in front, and there's the guy in front of you is just smiling, and he's reaching for something in his coat.
So my first instinct is going to be to run him over, but I know that everybody else is going to still be in the car. So I'll hold still for the time being. If everybody's going to get out, you're going to get out. Actually, I may let you know that if you're going to get out, now's your chance to get out.
Yeah.
And in the meantime, roll the window down, which should be relatively pointing the guy with the shotgun, and just pop off at him.
Do it. Okay. So he doesn't see that happening, and this is the guy with the shotgun.
Yes.
Already aimed at you.
And I'll put I'll put 3 levels of effort into one shot. 2 to hit and 1 for damage.
Okay, any other assets?
No.
So it's down 2?
So
Sorry.
yeah, so the first one will be down by 2 and do extra damage, and the second one will be normal.
Got it.
So I've
Okay.
got 2. Yeah.
Okay.
So first one rolls a 19.
Nice. Yes. Yes, but let's say this. You can hit, but you can hit wherever you want. In other words, you have so much control over this. This is your minor effect. You have so much control over this shot. You can aim it anywhere within an inch of this dude, and the shotgun. Whether that helps you or not, or if you want to switch the shot, like hit one and hit the other, you can do that too. But you have full control over this first shot.
Ooh, do a Roy Rogers ricochet.
I was just thinking I want to catch him like base throat type area and like have him like spray onto the other one.
Nice.
Okay, that was your friend.
Yeah, there's a meme somewhere that has a person looking like this. It says, give the players a non-lethal option. Seconds later, everybody's covered in blood. Okay, so that's exactly what happens. And yes, that's exactly what happens. The body and the shotgun drop about the same time because that's physics, and we're in the real world. So yeah, they hit at the same time, and the other person is blinded, covered. I'll take an insta on a 5-person, against 5. Yeah, excellent.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll still squeeze the other one off at the other one that was over on that side.
The now bloody one?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you meant you wanted to cover him to blind him. Sorry. So okay, it's still covered, but okay, second shot. Now this is going to be a little more difficult.
Yeah, and this one has no assets or anything on it, but it's just
okay. And where are you aiming here?
Wherever is appropriate.
They have a club.
Yeah, I'm just trying to hit him somewhere meaty.
Got it. Makes sense.
But that was a 17.
Close range. Yeah. And then how many assets do you have? 2, you said?
0 for this shot.
Oh, sorry. 0 for this shot, plus it's at minus. Even though it's an extra, you still have to get a 1 level more difficult. Okay, right. So
it was a 17.
Yep, absolutely over 15. Yes. Okay, so it hits. It hits in the shoulder, probably. Again, it's sprinkling and it's it's quick and there's blood all over him from the first shot. And he staggers back and sits down and is looking at the wound. So the 2 that are on the driver's side are out of commission. You do, however, see the guy in the front whose smirk was there. The smirk is gone at this point.
Yes.
Smirk. You've wiped that smirk. Okay, next up is Buzz.
All righty then. So we got 2 on the passenger side and 1 in front. Is that correct?
Mm-hmm.
Correct.
And did you say somebody had a device that we didn't know, but that?
Correct, and that's in the other, obviously, the other side. There's on the other side, there's 1 with the club and 1 with the device. Yes, and then 1 in the front is reaching still for.
So the guy with the device is still up.
Correct.
Okay.
Both of them on the passenger side.
So I'm going to spend a level of effort so that my Z-point burst goes off correctly, and I'm going to try and hit it. Can I hit it between the guy in front and the guy with the device and hit both of them?
Yeah, but it was even. Wait,
I want to try and aim it where I can hit 2 people at once without damaging the car. So wherever it seems like I could do that, that's what I would like to try and do.
That's considerate. I don't want to mess up. Yes, it feels pretty difficult, but
And the
still.
level of effort.
Yep. Okay. Okay. So, all right. Down to okay. Go for it.
Okay. Let me adjust my.
Yeah.
Okay.
15
So
or
I'm gonna
above.
roll.
15 or above.
I rolled a 6.
You want to reroll or XP for reroll?
Yes, I do.
15 or above.
17.
Excellent. Okay. Yeah, you explain what happens. It's non-lethal because it's hitting both, but it's hitting them. And what does force point do again? Explain.
It creates it's basically a grenade, but it generates a grenade. I don't have to throw it, so I don't have to open a window to do it. At a point within short range, you create an explosion of energy, which affects an immediate area. You must be able to see the location you intend to center the explosion. 2 points of damage to all creatures or objects within the area. And adding effort to increase your damage works differently, but I'm not doing that.
Right.
Cool. Yeah,
and
everything else about the text is about adding effort to increase damage, and I'm not doing that.
Yep. And obviously, it did not see this coming, so they're definitely knocked down and are going to have to spend it, or
Well, and if it's the two guys, on one side, and I'm doing the blast behind them so that it gets them and not the car, which means both of their faces are immediately pressed flat into the windows.
Good.
And they are blasted off their feet from behind, going.
Yeah, and the slow slide down. Yeah, you can see now, nice and close. They have one tooth between the two of them. I'm not going to tell you who. One of them does have a tooth.
The person comes along and steals it so he can kill the Titan.
Right, exactly. And it's a dog tooth. Right, it's a real canine. Okay, so yes, and you can see their phase. They're on their feet, and they'll have to roll to move. But yes, okay, that's perfect. So, Josiah, what?
There's like nothing I can actually do to be useful.
Yeah, past the point of talking for sure.
Do this.
Yeah. You could probably intimidate them.
I'm not very intimidating.
Well, right now, all you have to deal with is the guy in front.
Yeah, there's only one who would be susceptible, who would even be available for input at the moment.
I'm going to. Okay, so I'm gonna roll down the passenger side window, lean out, and I'm gonna enthrall the guy that's standing in front of in the car so that he doesn't jump out of the way when Mike hits him. And I'm gonna start speaking to him. Like, hey buddy, no, how you been? How do you like the area? You like the area better? Was it a good diners around here? Anything you would know about, like a place to eat? We've been looking for food for a while now, and we don't really know exactly where to go. A lovely dress you have on, is that a shirt? Did you make that yourself, sir? Did you make that yourself? Can I ask you, do you take commissions? Because I might like to commission a piece just like that. Again, if I could find a diner somewhere to sit, and just like on and on.
Yeah. Now this is mid. You're gonna roll for it. This is mid combat. Two people have been shot. 2 people have been smashed against the glass, which you rolled down probably at the same time as their face was going down. You reach out and you're like, hey, what's up? And hell yes, you're gonna roll for it. It's gonna be difficult. So if you want to use effort, it might be suggested, but it's truly like
I don't have a lot of effort left to make in my end pool, and I want to save my XP. So we'll do this clean and see how it happens. I got an 8, so I'm going to bet that doesn't do it. At this point, I'm just a weirdo barking from the passenger side of a car.
I love it. Do you want to re-roll or XP for it?
I'm going to let that sit clean.
But again, even better is the fact that you're still trying to enthrall, and at that point, for sure, it's not getting through to him for a lot of reasons, but he certainly is looking at you, and now, he's reaching in his coat like he has been. But yeah, you've got his attention now. Okay, but first, Winter. So, Winter in July.
What I want to do is like open my door, grab the device,
Okay.
and then
Okay.
if it's obvious how to use it, then I'll use it, and if it's not, then I'll just get back in the car.
Okay. So almost certainly it'd already be, well, it's difficult enough. It's fairly difficult to yeah, it's again, they're falling over it, you know, they're not dead or anything. They're you know, they're you know,
Well, I'm gonna like whack him with the,
the door,
with the door on the way out.
of course. Oh, did I mention that
Grab
the
the
doors
device.
open? Did the doors open not Goldwing style, but open like that on the sides?
Yeah.
So, two on each side, and yeah,
Boom.
that's called. Okay, so yes, go for it. It's a speed roll of some sort. Do you have any things for assets?
I'm specialized in all movement tasks.
This counts, so there's one
And
asset.
smashing, for smashing their faces with the door.
Yeah, sure, why not? Yeah, it counts. It counts. And that smashing thing will also hopefully keep you from smashing the device at the same time. So, okay, cool. So you got two. Again, yeah, you'll see how it is. Do you want to use any effort at all for a third asset? Or no?
Yeah, I'll use one level of effort.
Okay. So,
Let's see. So
okay.
I got an edge of 2, so it's 1 for the effort.
Nice.
All right, let's see how it goes. What the hell, man? I got a 3.
You want to use XP to reroll?
Yeah.
It's valuable at this point, especially for leveling up stuff often, but still, yeah. Okay. So 6 or above, the way you have it now.
Oh, let's see. I feel like your Cypher streamer's broken. All these bad rolls.
Sorry, I used all the good ones at the beginning of the trip.
Why would you do this? I got a 2 that time, so that's not helping.
Yeah, okay, so you do manage to push him away from it. It does hit him. It doesn't look like it does much damage, but he's already dopey.
Yeah, I'm just like out of the car, like,
Yep.
because I instead of like smashing them and then doing a quick grab thing, I just kind of fell out of the car.
Nice. Better. Even better. Perfect. Okay, so that's what's happening again. It's the mud smells like dog piss, to be quite honest. You know, and like other, like just other grease and other product, machine parts. Like this was a terrible part of Limbo, but yeah, it comes wafting in full into the car, the full smell. Okay, now before T-Bone, as you're looking around and everything, that's my turn here of what's left of me. Let's see. So, gut shot guy is gut shot. Yeah. Yeah. Perfect. Bumper sticker. Okay. So yeah, it's gonna take. So he's out. Guy with, part of his head missing. He's out. Guy in the front, who's no longer smirking and is reaching into his coat. We'll start with him now, and then we'll deal with Dopey and Dopey 2. Okay, so he does pull out what looks like an antique pistol. Again, it looks really old. Even the misty rain and the windshield and all the globules and everything still on it. You can see. And he points it at the driver here. And why don't you, Mike, you can roll for the car, or for you guys getting hit, or the windscreen, I should say. Yeah.
Save the car.
Yeah. So what kind of a roll am I making here? Is that
Oh, it's just going to be a straight. It's a speed roll to see if you can maybe hit the gas and bump. Just to affect it somehow with the driving.
okay? Then I'm trained in driving, so that'll give me an extra step there.
Got it. Oh man, this is to avoid getting shot by an
8.
antique. 8.
8.
You have no more XP.
It's not a very good job of avoiding being shot, but yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect. Yes. The windshield or windscreen turns to absolute white.
Just
Shatters everywhere. You can't see anything out the windshield at all. Bullet hole has gone through, and you feel warm in your shoulder. It's pretty warm. Let's see. That is medium caliber gun. 8 points of damage. Do you have armor still from that one armor from the camo thing? Are you wearing camo?
I think I had ditched the camo, but I do have ballistic skin, so I do have 1 armor.
Okay, so
That's
7 points coming in into might, and well, I don't know if it's all blood or if it's part smoke coming out or whatever, shadow smoke, but
I think there's
that's what's-
probably a fair amount of blood and some sparks. Like there's some sparking going on there.
yes, yeah, absolutely. And again, this is all being complicated at the same time by this Burbletron, which is spreading steam out into the car at the same time as well, because it's still got
Oh
its,
God! Somebody pitched that out a window. It's like
yeah,
I'll handle it on my turn.
nice, yeah, because it's going to really complicate things if it keeps going. But again, with the blown out windscreen, there's a hole in it, but everything else is just spiderwebbed out. Okay, yes, that's in the front. Okay, on the side, Dopey and Dopey Jr. It's going to take another. So they're trying to get to it. You can see the one with the devices trying to, cover, shake the, the stars out of their eyes, and look down at this device. And the other one is also just trying to get their bearings. And this is the dog man, and they got a club, and it looks like it's a nail bat. You can see now at this point it's got nails sticking out of it. So, and both of them are getting ready to go, but you guys have already taken care of that in your turn. And that's it for me. This is a fairly unfair fight. You guys are badass. T-Bone.
So what's the biggest concentration of people right now? Is it the 2 guys on the left?
Correct.
Okay, I'm
On the
gonna grab.
left-hand side. Yeah.
I'm gonna grab the blurble thing. Burbletron. I'm gonna say I have some kind of fastening mechanism with me, piece of twine, something like that. I stick it to the explosive that I have.
oh, the stick of dynamite.
I stick a dynamite, and I'm going.
You have the piece of wire and everything. It was all the cuttings that were left on the floor of the, the passenger side right there. One is perfect for just that.
I think we're also sacrificing some good drugs that were snuck inside that Blurbletron, but I'd rather not die.
Aerosol.
I'm going to light the grenade and then
Dynamite.
the dynamite, and then throw the package at the 2 idiots.
Good. Okay. Yeah, it's going to be a speed roll, or a speed-based roll.
I think you might hit me too.
Oh.
No re-rolls on a 1, just so you know,
Okay.
for this particular thing, because it's pretty scary. But to do that and throw the door's already open, because and remember, Winter is out, like stumbled right there. But if you throw it right and you throw it over her and in a good spot, then do it. But you feel like it's pretty intimidating. Buzzword task.
I'm just looking at what I can use, which very little. Fuck it. I'm doing
Yep. I love it.
it. Is it a speed test?
It is.
Okay, I'm gonna spend 2 levels of effort from my speed pool to bring
Good,
it down. 13.
It still feels difficult. Task difficulty 4.
Let's see, what else can I do? What can I do? Running, climbing, balancing, jumping. I got nothing.
Go for it.
All right, here we go.
12 or above.
17.
Excellent.
Nice.
Okay. Yes. We'll deal with it once, it's not immediate, but yes, it hits exactly where you want it to hit. It sails right over. Winter, you probably see it sail over you, thankfully. Lit with the sparkles, things probably go slow motion for you a little bit.
Yeah, I'm like, wow, what are you doing?
Yep. And I'm sure Maeve Blunt is in the back, ducking his frail head,
All right.
hoping that it's all going to go away. But yeah, he's kind of stuck in the middle anyway. So luckily, you guys are doing stuff outwards. Okay, the Burbletron, by the way, as you throw it, you notice its eyes are red. And you remember as you were going through and wrapping the twine around it, you saw that its eye, now you remember, the green had the little numbers counting down from 5, 4, 3, 2. So right as it was about 2 and 1, and about the time the dynamite goes off, you might see some Burbletron action no matter what. But yes, at least it's not inside the car, because if you don't answer, or if you don't keep asking it questions until it stops, it goes into its self-defense mode.
Oh, so you wouldn't have needed the dynamite if you didn't ask the question.
But no, this is going to be a very interesting recipe of explosives.
I was just hoping it kind of would kill them completely.
Yeah. And if it's stuffed with drugs, could we say, and boomer goes the dynamite?
Yeah.
Oh.
Thank you. I'm out.
I'll give you an XP for that, or is it Benny's? Yeah. I'll give you a
XP counts.
GM intrusion. You have to make a terrible bad joke and give the other XP to somebody else.
Yeah, exactly. No, because then that'll incentivize everybody. By the time, you guys, once you get through this, you can get a breather XP that you certainly will have earned on a 5-on-5. Okay, perfect. So back to the top, Engel, and everybody saw this dynamite / angry Burbletron thing sailing over towards these people. So pretty much everybody understands what's going to happen. There's no doubt there. Okay, Engel.
Engel gets that framed shot through the hole in the windshield of the guy who just shot him. Yells something that gets replaced with typewriter symbols in the subtitles in Ukrainian. Realizes the door in the back is wide open from Winter going out a second ago anyway, doesn't pay any attention. He just mashes straight down on the gas pedal straight over the guy. Nice.
Yes, luckily you're plugged in, so you can do this. If you weren't, there's simply no way. You'd have to it'd be heroically difficult, to say the least. So no, you're plugged in, you're good. Let's do this. It's still gonna be a speed roll, because technically you are one with the car in that sense. How you're able to even jump out of bullets ways and stuff that wouldn't be possible otherwise.
All right. I am trained in driving and piloting while I'm plugged in.
Got it.
I'll spend 2 levels of speed effort, and I've got 3 edge, so that takes 2.
Okay. All right.
So skill, 2 levels of effort, 3 assets, or 3 steps reduction between skills and assets.
Yeah.
All right.
Yep. Perfect. Oh no.
That's a 3.
Oh. Yeah. I don't. Yeah.
The car, that may be the car lurching forward, but him getting out of the way, and me hoping that winter was clear. Like,
Yeah,
Well, it wasn't a one.
yeah. I was just say if it was a 1, winter would be left behind. But you're still stumbling out. So yes,
And after she's left behind, winter is coming.
Stop it.
Oh no!
But you are actually, winter, when it is your turn, you're not going to be able to do anything that requires aim or concentration or pretty much anything other than holding on or trying to get back in. So that's your new reality as the car lurches forward and this guy jumps out of the way. Okay. And again, he has his gun, but he's jumped out of the way. All right, Buzz.
All right. So who's up now?
You are.
No, I mean,
Oh,
who is
sorry.
up of the bad guys?
There's still the 2 there who have a nice little package sailing to land right behind him. There's a guy in the front who just jumped out of the way on the driver's side, out of the way, and he has a gun.
And the 2 I knocked over with the Z-point blast, they still have to make their roll to get up, right?
No.
The turn when they make that roll.
No, that they.
Oh.
It just knocked because it smacked them out and everything. They're just out of commission for one round, so they were unable to react or attack last roll.
Okay.
That's why you don't know what the device is or anything like that.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yep.
Can I roll down the window and attack?
Oh, the door on that side is now open with winter hanging halfway down. There is another door that, again, the one that doesn't swing backwards in our way, or in our understanding, and that one has a window that is closed. So if you want to roll down the window and do something, you certainly can, or go straight over her head, but there is always the danger of, you roll that 1, there's no real.
Yeah, because I want a quantum lance and I don't want to do that over somebody's head and lightsaber them. That'd be bad.
Roll 1 and we're okay. Otherwise,
It's fine.
Your homie. It's not happening.
we're almost home. There's
Everybody's trying to
hospitals
kill me
there.
this round.
It'll be fine.
Cool.
You're
I
so
got more XP. I can re-roll.
Man.
So yeah, I'm gonna quantum lance the guy nearest to me.
Okay.
I'm hoping it's the guy with the device, but whoever is nearest to me.
The guy with the device was knocked back by the door.
Okay.
Instead of getting smashed in the face, so he is a little bit farther. The one who's closest there in the front is the one who has the nail bat.
Okay. So yeah, I'm gonna roll down the window and quantum lance him.
You can aim at either if you roll down the window. They're both right there. The one is closer and more in there, but it's quantum lance. It's a very specific point.
So one's got a nail bat and one's got a shotgun, or is this the other guy?
So a nail bat and a device that they're looking down at. But
the
both of them.
Yeah, I'm going for the device guy.
Okay, perfect. Okay.
So,
yeah. Okay. It's out of a moving vehicle, rolling down the window and doing that. It's still difficult, I'd say. So if you want to use effort to bring it down or just go regular, it's difficult.
Yeah, I'll use an effort.
Okay.
So,
now it feels demanding.
take off the appropriate points for that, and let's roll.
9 or above. 5. Oh, poop.
You know what? No. XP.
XP, good for you. Now's the time to do it. You're almost at the gates of home.
Only live once.
9 or above. Yeah, you only live.
19.
Excellent. Yeah. So you know what a minor effect might be. Yeah, let me know what happens.
Chops. I will cleave him in twain.
Yeah. A minor effect is in a group fight is someone insta kill out of the action. Yeah. Okay. The device is in one hand, and the finger going towards the device is in the other, and they so the finger never touched the button. That's one way to keep them from pressing whatever that device was.
Cut him in half.
You robbed my drama, Rocky. Okay. Cool. There's enough explosives happening here in just a little bit. Okay. Great. And that's the end of them. Josiah, you are again. Yeah. Oops, I can't hear you, Jack.
Oh.
Well,
I'm not here.
No.
Oh.
yeah, I'm gonna attack the guy closest to me.
Josiah draws his weapon.
Yeah. I rolled a 1. Oh, did you? That's awful. Yeah. Oh well.
Hello.
There
Hey.
we go.
Hey, sorry. I'm useless in these situations, especially this. So Josiah's just gonna I'm gonna hold my action, i.e., I'm just gonna kind of crawl away from the window and wait and see how the warriors play this thing out, because there's literally nothing for me or Rug to do.
Right. Perfect. As you kind of duck down again, you can, there's a bunch of people in this car, and again, this car is pretty clean and everything, but there's like liquor bottles. There's some parties have been happening in here, perhaps. There's Detrius. Yes, there's a slow-mo mandolin. But yeah, that's where you're at. You're holding your action.
Okay, thank you.
Yep. Okay, Winter, you are gonna have to get back into this moving vehicle right now. So that's gonna be a roll for you. It's challenging.
I'm actually not. I'm just gonna stay out there so that I can do some stabbing.
Love it. It's gonna be very difficult.
Party.
That's epic. Yes. There's again the one with the nail bat is close enough. Before you guys pass there, the one with the nail bat is close enough to, if you want to get stabby with it. Again, it feels intimidating. I get to use all the official words on my GM screen. It feels not necessarily formidable, but intimidating.
But intimidating, you say?
Mm-hmm. So that's without any effort or assets. So, what do you have that can help out with this pretty acrobatic ass move? Even for a bounty hunter, Robo Man Shad, such as yourself, this is a pretty.
As he this wheels spin and he starts going, I use the momentum of the car to launch myself at this guy.
Yep. Yep.
And so I'm trained in movement tasks and medium bladed attacks.
Got it. That's 2 right there. Absolutely. So yes, still feels difficult, but you might be able to do it.
I don't know. I haven't had a high roll all day, so.
Yep.
Ooh, 14.
Yep, you do. Okay. Stabby. What? And that is that the fractal blade? No. The monoblade. Okay.
Yeah.
Is that one that you have to roll to see if it doesn't break every few times, or is that, I can't remember?
That's the fractal blade.
Fractal blade. Okay. Yeah, the monoblade. Yeah, just unless it's
It's a medium weapon.
So 8 points of damage. Okay. Yeah, you stab, and let's say this. This makes it even worse. You just stab. You wish you could stab a lot more. But you really only get one that kind of hits him here. But it's enough for him to fall back entirely. You do stab him, and he cries out in pain, and it is definitely going to, it was a deep cut right at the right spot. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But he also falls on his butt, literally sitting on top of the dynamite and the Verbaltron that's just landed behind him, and he's sitting on it with his feet out like this, reaching at maybe a heart wound. It was a good shot. Okay, perfect. Now, and you're still hanging on as we're going.
And I wanted to try and grab the device before we left. So I actually am not hanging on.
The device is on the ground at this point because unless you want to actually get out of the car.
I'm actually out of the car.
Okay.
I actually just continued out of the car onto this guy and stabbed him so that I could get the thing and run next to
Okay, yeah, this is the guy with the nail bat. So he's the one who falls back. The guy who had the device is cut in two and both
in half.
fell.
So that's on the ground somewhere.
Right, so it's going to take another action to actually get the body up and over and get it and get back in the car. So you can do that, but unless you had got like a 19 or 20 on the last roll, you probably couldn't take it. It's an additional action.
Yeah.
Because you got stabby.
Yeah, I'm more concerned with killing these guys than getting away right now. And getting that.
Gotcha. You did see the dynamite.
I did.
Got it.
There's a guy on it.
A Robo Man-Chat bounty hunter is without fear.
I have a lot of armor.
Love it. Oh my goodness. That's awesome. Perfect. Okay, so here we go. It is my turn. Guy in the front is going to take a shot, right? Yes, he moved, he jumped, and Thrall didn't work. He's not smiling. Yes, so he's going to take a shot. This is another one for you, Mike, to do a roll as you're plugged in here. He's to the side of you on the driver's side, so it's a shot that would be going to your side now. He's not in the front anymore. But to maneuver out of this, it's going to be a roll. It feels pretty intimidating.
Okay.
Yep.
I'm trained in speed defense.
Say again?
I said I'm trained in speed defense.
Got it.
Thanks to that.
There's one.
Trying to think what I did when it was my turn. I don't think I spent any effort when it was my turn. Or did
So
I?
just drop one. I think you did use effort on the last
Yeah,
turn.
that's what I'm trying to remember. Because if so, I don't want to.
Right. Those pools get drained pretty quick, especially in a 5-on-5.
I'll still spend a level of speed effort.
Okay. Got it. All right.
That leaves me with 2, and that's plenty.
Yeah, that's all you need.
So that's 1 skill and 1 level of effort to bring that down.
Perfect. Got it. Still difficult.
Yep.
But you can do it. I got
15.
faith. Good. You did. Excellent. It does shatter the window, but it goes, spiders out again, so it's hard to see, and you can feel it lodge in the headrest right behind you. At this point, on the second one, his antique pistol, I get to roll now. I never get to roll. Shoot, I have a dice because I have to roll with his antique pistol at this point to see if it malfunctions in his hand. Show him the dice. Oh, here. Sorry, I'm not on the Cypher streamer. Sorry. No. Okay. It's still. Yeah, he's still holding it, although he missed the shot. Okay. All right. T-Bone, the Disco Spider. You can tell that right after you do this, there's going to be a big boom, a really big boom, with one of your people outside the car. Yeah.
And where is said person? Because I lost track of.
Passenger side. The door is still open to the, and Winter, you're out and you stabbed and you are going to go for the device, which is right there. So you're going to be jumping towards that. I'm guessing with the intent to jump back in the car or to run away or something, but as part of your
Can we make this a collaborative effort?
Up to you guys. How would you do that? Like in what ways?
Sure.
Well, my intention to avoid the thing is to grab the device and then roll the other guy in front of it so that I'm using him for cover.
That's morbid, especially it's literally like half a body. It's like a second.
Yeah, there's like half a guy. He's like, he's only half cover, but it'll work.
Yeah, if it gets cold,
He smelled bad on the outside.
Yeah, I was gonna say if it gets cold, you can sneak in and tauntaun. Yeah.
I have no idea how I would help with that, to be honest.
If you have the ability, again, with your turn, the way it was there, you can. And Josiah, you still are on hold as well.
Yes.
Yeah. So.
I mean, you could do like a help action.
Yeah.
Right, I'm trying to picture what kind of action that would be. I can't really come up with anything. This sounds like you've got
a social help action. You could
How about this? How about this for fun? If you guys both want, because there's two people able to do something before shit goes boom, right? So here's my idea. I'm not trying to railroad it all or just tell me what you think, but if the two of you guys can figure out how to somehow either, I don't know, lean out, do flips, get acrobat, whatever it is.
Okay. How's this? What if I run towards the device, use my staff to knock it the hell away from the explosion, and then Winter would have to just get the fuck out of there?
Cool. And then if
you could probably do that by leaning out of the car.
Okay. So to make that happen, either leaning out or running out, and to get you guys back into a moving car that's going faster and faster, Jack, if you want Josiah, you can do something that can help bring them back into the car somehow. How would you do that as they're doing this kind of multi-action?
So
right
I'm gonna, are we? It's like a van, or is it like a car? Do we have sliding doors, or just open?
It's like a mini SUV, or kind of halfway between, and there's two doors on each side that open out like this. And right now,
so I'm gonna
one of them's open and one of them has a window down.
I'm gonna to help them get in the car after they complete this. Josiah is gonna kick open those doors so they're both open, and then sort of indicating to Engel that, what is it called? It's called a barn swallow from Firefly.
Humanity.
We're gonna flip in and have them run, dive in. So I'm gonna make this motion like barn swallow.
Yes, which is from the barn swallow feather, which everybody loves and was canceled way too early. So
they should have not put the feathers out of order.
Absolutely not, man. Come on, we wouldn't.
That feather was really shiny.
So
shouldn't have.
Both you guys are gonna roll for this action.
Came in a brown coat.
So we'll say it's a speed. I'm going to spend effort.
Right.
And I got a 14.
Okay.
Spent one level of effort. I have, I don't have any assets other than that, like sleight of hand, maybe, not really. I don't have any other assets, but yeah, that's all I'm doing.
So 14 with 2 assets?
With, 2 assets.
Okay. And you got, okay. Oh, so your part of this crazy violent opera ballet and slow motion that's happening right now is going as planned. Now, Rob, what's T-Bone? How's he gonna roll?
How is he gonna roll?
You got assets that'll help you with this pretty acrobatic action.
I have skills in running and jumping.
Yes, so that'll count as 1.
Okay.
The jumping part for sure.
Yes. And then I'm guessing this is a speed roll, so I'm going to spend 2 levels of effort.
Got it. Okay. 3. Okay. Wait. So There it goes. Okay. All right.
There we go.
9 or above.
15.
Nice.
Excellent. Okay, cool. So it sounds like this is happening with everybody, and of course, screaming, old man Maeve Blunt in the back, and he's yelling something about the Burbletron self-defense. Burbletron self-defense. I used to love those things. Who knows what he's talking about? But yeah. So you guys pulled this absolute, maneuver that should be studied for future generations, and get your asses back into this, who knows the make or model Eastern European Sianka, mini SUV, and continue on. And luckily you're plugged in, driving, and you're going fast, and everybody's back in, because this is when the explosion happens, and you are so lucky to be back in the car. You're still going to roll right now for the explosion pushing you the whole car forward. So Mike, you're going to roll for the car again. But that's just to see if you can basically either there's damage or whatever. But this is to keep you continue driving. And everybody else, again, it's the first explosion is a sound of an, almost like, there's a smaller boom right before that sounds like glass shattering almost, and then there's a big boom, which you imagine is the dynamite. So yeah, so roll for the car.
10. I do have an asset in driving stuff. So
okay. So yeah, that's just mid-range there. So no damage. Also, it's not pushing you forward faster, and it's certainly not, blowing off the back of your
the
car.
shock wave.
Success. In the rear view, no, there is no rear view. It's been blown away. Looking behind you.
In the visions in my head from the rear view camera. Yeah.
Yes, absolutely. Actually, you're absolutely right. There is, there's big explosion, that's gone off, it's fireball, but then it quickly, dissipate or goes right back in. But in its place, there's this greenish gas, maybe greenish blue. And it also kind of looks oily, and it's there and it's hovering, and it kind of gets bigger, and it's just carnage behind you. And that's what you notice as, your guys are driving away, and the drizzle turns back into a rain. Heavy rain. So you've made it through that.
So
swimmingly.
I'm just curious, how much damage would it have done?
Oh, that is 12 plus 4. If you were standing right in front of it, that's heavy plus medium. It's either between 16 to 20 damage. I mean, if you're sitting on dynamite, basically, it's basically like you'd have to be a total badass, and you'd have to be lucky to get through it. But no, the Burbletron thing is a lower level.
I could have walked out.
You could have walked out. If it was just a Burbletron, you'd be probably covered in glass, but whatever was in that gas cloud may or may not have sent you in a good or bad place. Yeah, there was something hidden in the, that's what they do. They were having fun, and that's a Burbletron. So they hid their drugs in it. Okay, last driving roll right now. And again, your car's functioning perfectly. The windows, the driver's window and the windshield, windscreen there are just, nearly are impossible to see out of, but you don't need to. So yeah,
this is fine. We're driving. We're subtle. Nobody will notice that.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So this is the last bit before you get to the end of the line of two cars in front, or two vehicles in front of you. And again, these are they're waiting at the gates, because everybody waits at the wall gates, and there's one by one. There's two people in line in front of the one, which is a kind of this camper trailer looking thing. It's been kind of armored to get through limbo maybe. and that one is being inspected right now. You can see MPD all already there. You can see the shadow boxes going around, starting up. You know, there's decent enough security coming back into Wigan. So this last roll here.
That's 20.
Really?
Yes.
Good
Doing
job.
some Chester shit here. I like it.
And boom goes the Blurbaltron.
Yeah. Yeah. With the 20. Dude, you know what? With the 20, tell me how you get past the MPD. Explain to me how your driving ability with a fucked up windscreen and this get you guys through the gates and back into Manchester without even going through the interrogation process. How do you drive through it?
So I think a couple things work in our favor, right?
Yeah.
One is like there's like the big ass camper thing, and they
Right.
have to do like the like use the mirrors to find the like zombies who are like holding on to the undercarriage, and like they're spending time on it. They have to find a thing. They're like, yeah, drag it out, shoot it, and like, you know, what have you.
Right.
And then like the car directly in front of us is like some guys from Liverpool who are like extra twitchy, like, you know, they're like, you know, they're acting visibly nervous about having to go through the security line.
Yeah. Red
But
flag central.
but our car is fancy. It has local plates. It was obviously released outwards without a problem, you know. So we're gonna be here
Yeah.
for a while between scraping the other one and these guys who are obviously mules for something. So maybe we just like get lazy about the expensive car that we know is attached to the people who have us on the payroll. Like,
Yep. And if you were coming into anywhere else other than coming in from Limbo, the shattered glass would be obviously like
yeah,
on what's happening. But here they're just like, dude, some probably got rocks thrown at you. That happens.
you should have taken a stronger car if you were going out to Limbo. Yeah.
Yeah, like dumb
Okay.
rich people.
Perfect. By the way, you have the device in your hand, Winter, and there's a couple buttons on it I should mention for you guys. As you're getting through there, and that's exactly what happens. You drive around, and they see you guys, and you know they can tell you're from Manchester just because. Come on, you look decent. You know.
Plus, they can't see anybody looking too twitchy because the windows are spider webs, right? Like that's
True, very true. And you guys are out and around. Now the device has 3 or 4, let's say 4 buttons on it. There's nothing marked. It's literally just a 4-button panel like that, and it's in your hand. Yeah, I should have mentioned that. Also, what else is talk about in your hand? Buzz, you now have you're modded out. There, you've got your mod. You especially with the 20, getting through. You know, it was the smoothest ass ride that could have been, with a minor hiccup, which is perfect. Okay, and yeah, you get through. Let's say that yes, you're back in Wigan, and you know from there that it's not too far, and you know your way there. It's going to be, in fact, you know what? With a 20, no driving roll. Screw it. You know exactly where to go. Get back past the city gates. Josh Vrashawash, you know, you guys pull up to the Withy Grove stores, which I think we may have had a picture of at one point or not. I'm not even sure. But the Withy Grove stores, again, these were stores back in the day, you know, big brick exit or exterior. You know, it's a safe house that was actually for safes, like, you know, and you guys would remember there was a big altercation that took place there, but there's a place across the street, which is where, you know, there was where the Royal Yeoman Warders were watching Withy Grove. So, but Withy Grove stores is the name of the whole area. So there is a safe house that you guys know, and that's where, you know, you're supposed to go. You guys pull up there, and you do see Josh Brashawash actually standing there, in the rain, looking pissed, absolutely in the British way. He's kind of staggered from side to side. Of course, this guy's probably always inebriated. He's holding his hand over his eye, and you can see underneath there's bruise all the way here. You guys remember the tap he took?
I still have some of his A's.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, because remember he fell off the.
Yeah, that was before we did anything.
Yeah, you guys haven't never spoken to him ever. This is your boss. So Josh Rashwash himself is sitting there, standing there, arms crossed. Yes, again, nursing his head injury. So he is standing there. You guys pull up. He notices, he doesn't say anything first, but you can tell he's looking at the car, the make and model. He can't place it. He sees you guys and he recognizes you guys, but he also sees that you have somebody else in the back. He also notices, until you say otherwise, that there's an actual smoke ball, basically from the Vurt world, just chilling on Josiah's shoulder. And you guys look the worst for wear, to say the least. And his arms are crossed, sorry, not crossed. One of them's holding the eye, but he's looking like his arms want to be crossed. He's pissed.
He's pissed.
He's pissed.
Yeah, and he goes over and he says, "What took you so long?" As he's wavering.
Oh,
Really?
oh.
Really?
Who wants to punch him out? Who wants to knock him out?
He says, "Are you taking the piss?" Of course, I'm not doing the accent there because I shouldn't.
Can I do anything to support Winter in attempting to punch him in the other eye?
Yes. He's standing there, and he's at this point he's asking for answers.
I want to punch him as an intimidation technique.
Nice. So you're punching the boss at the end of the romantic comedy. This is where it should happen. End of Act 3, everybody. Okay, here we go. Punch the boss. Do it.
Gotta stop punching the boss.
I'll tell you what happened.
Yeah, just don't roll a 1, or if you roll a 20, then the intimidation. We'll figure out what that does.
Then we all get to see the stars and the birds that circle. It's not just
exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, experience points pop out of his head.
I'll tell you what happened. You sent us after Shadow Tech, and we found it. And we met an entire gang of Sianka.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh. And I lost a freaking leg!
And we got to wander around their underground railroad
pushing
thing.
them
Yeah.
backward with each statement that I make. Just like.
We found Shadow Tech and we found Siaka.
We found many things.
Don't forget to tell him that he never told us what to fucking do.
Yep.
And we did all of this without you even helping. You were fucking knocked out when we got there, kind of like this.
He's now wondering if he actually even remembers meeting us at all. If he thinks we're late for the initial meeting.
Without a point for insight, yes, sir, that's it. I was expecting you a couple days ago.
We are
So
late.
there's a level of communication that really, remember, there's another Brazilian version of the consultants running around out there. He has no idea that you guys still haven't showed up the first day. Exactly what's happening. Okay, now roll for that punch as his eyes, can't believe that you guys are pulling this already. We just met.
All right. So I'm trained in intimidation, and I have brass knuckles.
Well, I would say it's just a straight roll.
Just see if it's 20 or 1.
If you punch him in the face, so this is not to knock him out, or is this to put him lights out. Up to you. Because one will require a roll, the other one won't. If it's an insulting pop in the mouth, you don't have to roll for that. That's intimidation as is. I would just be looking for either a 1 or a 19 or 20 on your roll. You wouldn't have to use.
I'll just punch him for being a dick instead of knocking him out.
Got it. Okay, so roll and just a straight d20, and we'll see if it's a
I got an 8.
Okay, perfect. So popped in the mouth. He goes like this again. You know, his if you remember, you know, he's pretty. If you remember from last time, he's pretty well dressed. Kind of, you know, a little bit lowbrow to say the very least. And you know, he's an absolute mess, and he's already pretty. You know, 3 shades to the wind, to say the least. Okay, so it smacks him in the face. I'm trying to remember. Let's see where it is. Okay, yes. It smacks him in the face, and let's see. You can hear in the background at this point. You didn't notice it before, but he's blasting from back, you know, where he was before. There's a Frank Scenario record on blast. And you know, the doors to this, you know, warehouse side entrance are open, and he's come out. So as you're about ready to punch, it almost feels again operatic. Another one of these moments. This beautiful love song, Frank Scenario, talking about, you know, this robo dog who fell for, you know, a Vurt man. And
wasn't there a snippet of like Frank Scenario lyrics in one of the books, like something about like "simmer down, baby, don't you blow your top," something like that?
Exactly, exactly. Yeah, exactly. It's this weird. So, but this is a crooner. He's crooning, and it's perfect, and it's very, of course, you know, whatever his name is, AC, scary AC, and yeah, you pop him in the mouth, and he sits down hard and puts his hands up like this, and you know, his blood, and he can't believe, and he's looking at you, and his head goes sideways, and that's when you see Zemane and the other consultants pop out again, slow motion to Frank Scenario. They're pulling out, and you now see your counterparts again. Here's the other consultants who've been hired for the same thing, or not. You still haven't figured this part out.
This is a right clusterfuck.
Yep, each of you guys. And Zemane, again, I think we have an image of that from a while ago. This is the Robo Dog Man, I believe. Yes, Robo Dog Man.
Dreadlocks, or am I just misremembering?
No, he had he was again Brazilian, so he's wearing all his colors and everything. But Zemane. Yeah. So yeah, you guys have another version of the consultants that have been organized for some mission, and that's why, again, when you guys are floating down the Mersey, you know, before, and he was part of it, that's why he was confused that you guys are the consultants. Wait a second, I have the consultants. So here's your counterparts. Who is
the guy in the Derby that we met in Liverpool?
Mutcliffe. Zed Zochron.
Mutcliffe.
Everyone say a name. One of us will be right.
Right. Yeah.
Clyde.
Yeah, Mutcliffe was the one who talked about how the real world would be so much safer with an organized global security force, and he's setting something, you know, basically a real like international kind of shady ass with the Royal Yeoman Warders. You know, you get kind of a vibe of world domination.
But I just want to tell Josh Vrashnosh, like, Mutcliffe says hello, you fucking.
Nice. Of course. He does. That name definitely perks up one of his ears again. He's looking down. And as the face-off happens here, and as you guys are lining up literally 1-to-1, like, you know, a good, you know, the early 2000 X-Men poster, you know, getting ready to punch into each other. Yeah, there is a moment where How did you guys communicate with Zemane before? Because they only speak Portuguese.
I spoke dog.
Yeah, we
Dog.
dogged him.
Okay. You have an opportunity to, they're ready to fight. You have an opportunity to either say, bring it on, or whatever else you want. But yeah.
I'm going to try to say, is he paying you enough for this?
Okay. So the basics of that with the dog speak, yeah, 3-4 words of intent. Yeah. Yeah. So what forward phrase? Now that's the second time. What forward phrase?
They pay you enough? Would be one.
Paying enough for fight?
I'll buy that. Okay. So your forward statement. Yes. His head goes side, a little bit to the side, and there's a moment of hesitation, and there's a absolute stand. There's a feeling of like the next movement is going to set everything off.
Can I do one more thing?
Yeah.
Can I reach over? Can I reach over and yoink the pop 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 feather from Angel's pocket? Hand it back. Say pop pop pop.
What do you mean pocket? Just grabbing it. You're like.
Yeah, I see where you're going. Yeah, sure. Let's do this. He'll understand pop pop pop. He knows that. He's done that feather. Probably a knockoff version in Rio back in the day. Perfect.
That was his feather originally, right?
I'm gonna say he was where we got it from.
Yeah, he knows pop pop pop.
I was giving it back to him like a gesture of goodwill.
That's awesome. That's awesome. You know what? That stops it. And that's the perfect fade out for today. Okay. So instead of a fight that could have gone to the death right now, they look pretty badass.
Real quickly right now.
Yes. You guys are now a consultancy of 10. I'm going to say you guys are all on the same team at this. He trusts you. You gave him his feather back. You guys saved his butt before. You guys didn't come in pointing guns at them. They know there's a problem, but it looks like the guilty piece of shit is the one on the floor, Josh Rashawash. Still doesn't understand what's going on because he thinks you guys showed up 3 days late or 4 days late for the damn, initial job. He wants to, give you the briefing here at the very beginning. So you've just debriefed him with a mission accomplished. You're now a consultancy of 10. And when we pick up next time, let's say that we're going to flash forward to 2 weeks. And the thing you guys can think about and let me know as it fades back in is in the 2 weeks there, we're going to say that Josh Vrashawash has been pulled from his post by the Royal Yeoman Warders. It's obvious that he's a total just a worthless pile of poop. So his ass is out. I'll say that in the 2 weeks of that, and again we'll pick up this, and please remember this, so it'll be the first thing we do. Jack, you can have one more phrase that you will have taught in 2 weeks. Your buddy there. Pete, you already have a modded. Buzz has, what's her name? You have a new blurb. Well,
I have Sheila. I have the potential for another one, but I just modified Sheila so that I can see through her eyes now.
Right. Let's say that you can get a basic. You can get. You know what? It's Royal Yeoman Warders. You can have another blurb fly within 2 weeks on the next one. That'll be your.
Nice.
Could it be towards my special project where I try to transfer my consciousness, like a grub that I'm trying to raise?
You can have it set up with some incredibly unique, specific, something set. So it's not going to be weaponized. If anything, it would be shadow tech of some sort. You're going to have to delve into some really spooky shadow tech if you want to try it. So, and the 2 weeks again won't count off of your so you'll have 7 more sessions starting next time. Okay, so that's yours. T-Bone the Disco Spider. Okay, let's do something with the paranoia thing. Or sorry, excuse me, the real truth. Maeve Blunt is going to be, again, a secret that you can, I think you should surprise us with the plan. He's going to lay low for 2 weeks with you guys, eat, comb his hair, trying to figure out what the hell just happened to the last, who knows how long of his life.
Like a good doctor.
Yes, exactly. And you can figure out and let us know again by next time how you're going to either monetize that or do something with the big reveal of Maeve Blunt back into Manchester that can do whatever you want it to do, but you can do the reveal or not in 2 weeks. Okay, that's you. Let's see. Winter, you have, let's see. Let's say that the gun that, again, you're lucky you didn't try to hide or anything like that, because the minute you would try to hide it, it would have fallen out onto the ground comically. You figured out what went wrong and you have it mounted just the way you want. And it's pretty well done. So you have 2 weeks to do it right and to actually hire somebody or get somebody, Yeoman Warders, to come in and do it. Okay.
Can I figure out this shadow tech too?
You can start trying. Yes. You can definitely start trying. In fact, yeah, by the next time you can get one basic bit of information. I'll let you know because I have those, all these here. Okay, and Mike there. Okay, so you have a car now that you can fix up.
Maybe add some armor.
Then we just want to do a sweep for bugs and trackers and stuff. But yeah,
somebody should go look if that Vurt you want van is still around.
Oh, that's in Liverpool though, right?
No, we left it here.
Yeah, we took the boat to Liverpool.
We went to the Rover Fair in it, and then we wound up taking a boat from there to Liverpool.
That's right. That's right. Yeah, no, you don't.
There's a burned out skeleton of a Virtuant van down there.
Yeah, it didn't last too long in Manchester. Yeah, somebody picked it up right quick. But this one holds you guys. Yeah, this one holds you guys, and again, you might be able to parlay, some money. You might be able to find another ugly van. But at this point, you can figure out one. Again, between now and next time, figure out one upgrade to it. You can make sure it's clean, no problem. But one upgrade to it, within reasons. Again, no turret cannon. Or if you want to do it, you can. But understand the MPD will be everywhere. So find one upgrade, and anything you want to do custom that isn't cosmetically or anything, you have 2 weeks to do it, no problem.
Cool. There's gonna be plenty of flames coming off the front for next time.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh, beautiful, beautiful. Okay, so yes, now that's what's going to happen. And again, you guys will be based out of the Withy Groves store complex. You will have another 5 consultants that'll at least you'll have basic communication with. You will almost certainly have a next mission or something, and you'll probably have to figure out who your new boss is going to be, but you're expecting that as long as you stay there, someone is going to let you know. And again, you'll have 2 weeks to do that. And that is that now. So great. So XP for this, because this is a full 3 step one. This is getting back into Manchester. So this is one, let's say 8. It's about 2 sessions worth, because it's getting back plus, let's say 10 points. Let's get you guys more badass here. You guys are pretty badass, but let's get you guys 10 points of XP for completing the first chapter, the first chunk. The first mission is complete. And you can either save it or use it to upgrade yourself, and you're certainly going to be another tier up if you want to spend it, because you had 2 at the beginning of today. So well done, consultants. You'll have to see who your new boss is going to be, but you have now 5 employees instead of either 5 bodies or you know, 5 people walking away from your bodies.
Starting a new gang.
I think
so
we're gonna have to interview these guys and see if they're legit or not.
os consultantes. That's
Yeah.
what they're going to be called. Os consultantes. Yep. Nice. So
At some point, we'll find a level of shadow telepathy that starts working in Portuguese. But
yeah. Well, let's say that every week you guys go through, or every week you guys go through, you get better and better with the gesticulations. That before too long, you guys will be okay.
Plus, they
Or
might
find
be bilingual. They might be slightly more useful in Manchester this way.
Nope, none of them speak. They're all just like Zamane. They're FOB. They're right. They've just arrived. They've literally just arrived from, you know, on a boat from Rio. So through Kampala for sure. But yeah, actually out through Santos. So cool. So next time we'll start up, and you guys will be a different, kind of a different outfit here.
Sounds like a great starting point for new viewers. Tell your friends.
Yeah.
I was just saying that I was going to try and, as soon as we got to a good starting point for new people, that I was going to try more inviting people directly to the stream and stuff.
Perfect. And the next mission will have more images shown, more, you know, bigger bullets, and more, you know, closer to the death of Buzz. Each down, tick, tick, tick. Only
No one
7.
should be incentivized from that. Buzz is a lovely character.
Yeah, exactly.
And a heads up for anybody. Heads up for anybody who's keeping track of the schedule. Knowing what I know, we will be back on the 21st, and then we will be skipping August 4th because most of us will be in Indianapolis.
Yep.
So if you see us, say hi,
Yeah.
and we'll all be freaked out by that.
Yeah.
No one watches this. No one watches this.
Yeah, right. YouTube it. Yeah. Nice.
All
right. So cool. We'll see you guys in 2 weeks, and you can let us know how the Consultants 2.0 looks and how you guys are going to operate.
All right.
Awesome.
Thanks, everyone.
Later.
see ya.
Bye.